listening to New Kids on the Pod with your hosts, Momba, Tony D, and JYD.
Hello, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to New Kids on the Pod. I am one of your hosts, JYD, and with me, kind of as always, is Tony D. He's back from his vacation, and sitting in for Mamba, my cousin, Andrew.
I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions.
Howdy.
One of them is probably
Put your mic close to your face.
one of them is probably like, why am I wearing such cool shades?
No.
Your other question is, why am I so tatted up? And I will answer these questions because a lot has happened in this week. I was on vacation, and I'm still on Hawaii time zone, so that's why I'm wearing shades. So I haven't quite adjusted to the time change.
Wow, that's some commitment.
Either that or you haven't adjusted to not being a douche.
Look, man, like I said before, the sun never sets on Planet Cool.
Oh my God.
You believe this guy?
No, I can't. Really.
He goes to Hawaii and comes back a diva.
Oh yeah. Aloha.
Listen. I don't expect you mainlanders to understand, okay?
Mainlanders?
Because
you were gone for like 3 days.
I have completely 100% acclimated myself to the island life. The locals have accepted me as one of their own.
You went to Hawaii for 3 days? Would you take Spirit?
Actually, no. I flew United, coach or economy, which is like below coach. I don't know. Apparently, there's economy
and economy
plus. And then there's like, I don't know.
Business
Economy
class.
plus, that means you get like a seatbelt. Economy.
Yeah.
They put you in with the baggage.
Yeah. So yeah, I was in like the shittiest of the shit seats. It was economy plus, aisle row, middle seat.
Mm-hmm. You don't get a lay when you walk out. They make you hand out the lays.
No, so
when you get out of the
that's
plane.
actually one of my first gripes. Junkyard, hit the gripe button.
Already?
Yes.
This early?
Hell no, motherfuckers!
So
Wake the
my first
fuck
gripe
up.
is, I've always imagined, when you go to Hawaii, I've always had, romanticized feelings about Hawaii. Like, the beauty. As soon as you get off the airport, there's like ukuleles playing.
Ukuleles?
There's hula dancers. There's and then when you get off the airplane and they give you a lei, and that's welcome to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Well, none of that happened. They do have leis, but you got to pay for them. And they're like $16. Fuck that shit. And apparently, they used to do that, but then because of economic hardships, now they just have them on a little fucking stand, and you can just buy them.
Bro, but it's like Hawaii is like one of the most expensive places to visit. Why the fuck?
You know what? It was expensive. It is the most expensive vacation I've ever been on, but worth every goddamn penny. And I'll do it again. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
So I see you got little bears tattooed on your arm.
They're not bears. These are sea turtles.
They look like
Mighty
bears.
sea turtles. They're carnivorous sea
Actually,
turtles.
they look like penguins.
You know what? Shut the fuck up, Junkie. All right, they're sea turtles, and
Why do you have sea turtles?
because of symbolism,
What symbolism is that?
like fucking sea turtles. They're just fucking cool. Okay.
What's
All right, that's fine and all, but I better never see you drinking out of a straw ever again.
he drinks White Claw all day.
Oh shit.
Oh, because the claw is law.
Right.
That should be well known. Like, I'm surprised you don't have White Claw, Junkyard.
It's all about
no.
Trulies.
I actually, if it's truly rosé, I do love me some truly rosé. But the mixed berry truly, blech.
Pineapple. It's
other than
tropical.
that-
That's where it's at, man.
Other than that, it's White
Come
Claw.
on, you gotta get unruly with some Trulies, man.
Other than that, the claw is law.
And why do you have a purse?
What purse?
You have a purse right there next to you.
Oh, those are actually my my other glasses. Because in
I thought it was a purse.
approximately, let's see, 5, 6. Actually, should be right about now. The sun should be setting. I'm Planet Cool. So
I said the sun never sets.
well, I just said that. That was just for for flair and drama. But the sun should be setting soon. So those are my regular glasses. So I'm gonna be switching like in a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because that's just how. I mean, I don't expect you mainlanders to understand. It's an island thing. I don't expect you to understand. It's whatever. So yeah, Hawaii was awesome.
I wish Mamba was here to just like rip you.
First of all, when Mamba was here, he'd be sitting there like a little bitch, doing nothing, complaining that he's here, sweating and whatever. That's what he'd be doing.
Me and Mamba had a great episode last week.
Really?
Yeah, it was fucking
I don't know.
fantastic.
I heard the ratings were trash.
No, they were actually very good.
Nah, that's
I
not
think
what
they're
I
better.
heard.
They were better with me and him than with you
Ooh,
here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to wait for the numbers, though, the official count on that.
I was told I was brought on to like liven it up because I
Yeah,
was afraid that
exactly.
you two together
No,
would
it
not
was
be
like
too
we
good.
need it, so we need him along because otherwise it would have been a total shit show. Or is it that you were just busy last week?
I just didn't get the call.
So see, here's what happened.
The audience demanded another person here.
Oh,
No, yeah.
so it went that well. It went so well last week
No,
that
it's
the audience was like, "Look, just give us anyone, any third person, please."
No, it was you because of you.
Uh huh. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
The audience spoke and we listened.
Look, Junkyard, you're a producer. You're not a spin doctor. You don't do publicity. So yeah, just stick to what you know.
Yeah.
The audience demanded a third person because obviously the last episode was trash.
Nope. That's what was fantastic. Mom and I talked about many a thing,
Like what?
like you not being here.
That sounds like something nobody wants to listen
You
to.
saying you didn't even listen to it
No.
while you were in Hawaii?
Well, I didn't listen to it because I feel that if I do listen to it, it'll skew the numbers. It'll give them that extra listen. then they're gonna start thinking they're hot shit because ratings are
Oh,
up,
right.
engagements are up.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's like a
Yeah.
new geographic profile.
No, yeah, that shit'll go to your head.
I was like, they're like, oh look, we got someone from Hawaii listening to us, and all of a sudden,
From Hawaii.
you add that to the map, and it's like we're already worldwide.
Oh,
So
yeah. And
it's
you know they
like-
wouldn't put one and one together. They're like,
Exact-
oh,
no.
this week,
No.
one person in Hawaii
No,
listening to us.
they would never put that together. I would have to come back and explain it to them and break their hearts. So I'm like, you know what? I'd rather just not listen. So yeah.
So what else did you do in Hawaii besides be a douche?
You got some tattoos of the turtle.
I-
Let me see that tattoo.
Did many of things.
Is that your first tattoo ever?
Second tattoo.
Second tattoo.
Doesn't that
What's
look-
your first tattoo?
I have.
A big penis.
I do have that.
Tattooed.
You're making
On
that
top
tat-
of your regular penis?
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes it look bigger. He had like shading.
Oh,
Yeah.
And, like,
okay.
veins
It's all about
and
lighting,
shit.
It's all about lighting.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have the good lighting.
So as long as I bring it on the right angle, it's a monster. No, I have one in the back here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an Ouroboros from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what that is?
I do.
Do you watch it?
I watched the first series and then like half of the other one,
Brotherhood?
Brotherhood.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Brotherhood was awesome.
Brotherhood was cool. Was pretty cool. Yeah.
So anyway, I have that tattoo on my
But
back.
why did you only watch half of it? It was so good.
I think at the time I was watching it as it was being released, and then I forgot
Oh.
about it.
Your friend existed.
Yeah,
I don't really. I used to be really big into anime, and then I fell off really hard. And
Well-
then I kind of just got back into it again with Attack on Titan season 3. I found out that was back on again.
I started watching Attack on Titan, and I suffered the same issues. It's like I was watching it as they were being released, and I just
Right.
like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Right.
Especially when it's like a filler episode. It's like,
Yeah.
this is like a waste of my time. So I just have to just watch the whole
Wait
season.
till they're all
See,
done.
with Brotherhood, like when I watched it, it was already in its entirety. So I did it like in 2 days or something. So yeah, I understand.
Gotcha. So
get what you're saying.
anime, sea turtles,
Yeah,
sunglasses inside.
exactly.
You're painting a real good picture.
I mean,
I feel like I know your whole life already.
it's what I do. Any assumption you have about me is probably correct.
Okay. I have a lot. I have a lot of those.
Drinks White Claws.
Yeah, they're all probably right. Yeah, yeah.
He's metrosexual. Some people say homosexual,
Ooh.
which is all good. It's
It's
2019.
2019.
Right.
Everyone's gender
And
fluid now.
metrosexual is a term that I've not heard in a long time.
Yeah, I've heard it because I've been called that when it was first coming out.
He used to
So-
wear contacts, and he would
See,
match.
the thing is, like they used to call me metrosexual because I did things that were just good hygiene. It's like they're like, okay,
like
they're
dye
like,
your hair blonde.
they're like, oh, like, what,
I
do
don't
you-
know how
oh,
that does
they're like,
affect
why do you
you.
always smell so good? Like, oh, why are we showering? Oh, you must be, you're metro. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm just not a fucking dirtbag. But now being clean is all the rage. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I was clean before it was fucking cool.
He dyed his
Word
hair
up.
blonde. He had
It was streaks, and that was
no,
a
they
thing.
weren't fucking
Yeah.
streaks. It
Yeah,
was like
they-
all blonde.
It was platinum blonde with like
Spikes?
no,
No.
I did have spikes, but I did not.
Okay.
But at the time,
Makes
I didn't
sense.
have it. When I had it blonde, it was already kind of long.
And then he used to coordinate his contact color with the color of his turtlenecks.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean,
don't know
you
what
gotta,
that
you
is.
gotta color coordinate.
So like he would wear a purple
Oh,
purple
I
turtleneck.
get you.
and a
No, I
purple
get- no, I
contact.
get
he
you.
knows what color coordinating means, junkyard. Like that's not that
Oh,
difficult
wow.
of a concept.
Man, I don't even think that's metrosexual. That's like beyond scene. Like that's like I don't even know. That's a new genre, really.
It is.
Well, that Tony Divine was a Tony Divine you can set your clock to. That Tony Divine got all the baby girls.
Yeah,
What about now?
because your style was look at me.
Yep.
He was peacocking before
See,
peacocking was
I
cool.
was peacocking before peacocking was cool.
You know, when you
Before-
peacock, you're not
before-
actually supposed to look like a peacock.
Before before the pickup artist became a thing, I was already implementing those methods.
Oh, you taught him how to do it, huh?
I think he copied me.
Oh wow.
Mystery?
Yeah.
don't think
Mystery took pages out of my book.
Dude, Mystery got so much like puss, like more than you could ever imagine.
Yeah, I believe it.
Is that the guy's name?
Yeah. You
Mystery,
Did you ever watch that show?
No.
Remember he painted his nails and
Yeah,
shit.
it
He had
was
long hair.
Mystery.
He wore like eyeliner and Matador.
Are
Matador.
you sure this was
Matador was just that big old buff dude that just like would walk up to like, hey bitches. And
Yeah,
just,
he
like,
Are you sure this
just
wasn't a
grab you.
magician?
You know what?
He looked like a magician.
He was a magician with baby girls.
Because in like as far as history goes, and as far as I know it, you know, chicks do not dig magicians. Like never have really. So I don't see.
Well, I
Dude.
mean, this was reality TV.
Chris
so
Angel.
I'm pretty sure half.
Chicks-
I'm pretty sure half of it was staged, if
Chicks
not
love-
all of it.
Love Chris Angel.
He makes them disappear, dog.
And not just that, but David Blaine, he was part of the Pussy Posse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
With
that
Leonardo
a thing?
DiCaprio.
That he was with Leonardo
Oh.
DiCaprio, Tobey
Tobey
Maguire,
Maguire.
who is a total twat, by the way. I have firsthand accounts of how much of a twat Tobey Maguire
Yep,
is.
we do.
Oh please.
Junker,
regale.
tell him.
You-
How does he not know?
I don't know. I told him. Well, I told him to listen. He just didn't listen. We had
I'm a busy man.
we had a producer on here, Dale Wheatley, that he what do you call it?
He wrote or he
He
directed
wrote and direct. No, he did write and directed Don's
Don's
Plum.
Plum, the movie that was never released.
Okay.
It was a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
You told
never
me
released.
about that one
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
So
And-
we talked about it on the
Mhm.
podcast, and I'd watched it, and we gave a review, and he actually replied to us on Twitter, and we asked him to come on the show, and hey, you want to talk about it? And he's like, yeah, sure. So he told us like the whole story of how it went down, and how Tobey Maguire's a twat,
Yep.
and I
Big
believe
twat.
I believe every word he said.
Wow.
Yeah, because
That's
he looks
crazy.
like a twat.
Yeah, he does look a twat.
Oh man, I don't know. He was my favorite Spider-Man. His dance numbers were great.
Those.
He's a terrible Spider-Man.
Did you ever watch those dance numbers without the music? Now that is comedy
I don't know.
gold.
You ever watch any dance numbers without the music?
But there's a YouTube video of that dance number of Tobey Maguire when he's fucking evil Spider-Man or some bullshit.
when
and
he's getting it
when he's getting
with his
it,
black hair.
and then they have it without the music, and it is like cringy and hilarious.
You know, everybody shits on that movie, and I just watched it again recently. It's a classic. Spider-Man 3 is totally worthy of being one of the best superhero movies of all time. I'll fight you about that
You
one.
must not watch a lot of superhero movies.
Oh, I've seen them all.
See, if you think that movie is one of the greatest superhero movies
Oh,
of
yeah.
our time, this is why your last podcast got canceled. Because your last
Oh.
podcast was movie reviews, right?
It's excellent. It's absolutely
Oh, yeah.
it's breathtaking.
Now I
really.
see why. Now, at first I thought it
Oh,
was all Junkyard. I'm like,
man.
man, Junkyard is like he just totally brought you down, and he can't even run a successful podcast. And I come to think of it, it's
Have
like,
you ever seen anybody sabotage a movie in the way that Sam Raimi sabotaged that movie? It's a work of art.
I mean,
like the what do you call it?
it's one of those movies. Like it's like it's
Like
not
The Room?
just it's like so like
It's-
it's a
it's-
train wreck. Like
It
you
is
have,
so good in that like it's not even like cringy bad. It is like excellently hilarious
yeah. It's
the
like
whole way through.
it's like if you're gonna train wreck, you got to do it right.
it's Sam Raimi comedy.
Like
That's
if,
what it is.
like if that movie was just decent, nobody would care. But the fact that it was like as shitty as it was, it became like a cult classic.
if you knew who
almost.
if you didn't know who the director was, I could understand you not liking it. But knowing that it's Sam Raimi
Hmm.
puts a different perspective on it. I would say.
You know what my favorite part of Sam Raimi is?
What's that?
His wife.
Yeah, I don't know who his wife is.
It's
That's kind of derogatory. Junker should be saying that.
why? How's that derogatory? Did you just drop something?
Yeah, probably.
Make sure there's no water there, motherfucker.
Hold on, let me take off my sunglasses because it's
Beer.
kind of dark. I can't really see.
He's married to what's her face? Fiona from Shameless.
Oh, that was Fiona from like Shrek.
No, what the fuck's what's her
Really?
real name? Yeah.
Isn't he like 100 and she like 24 or something?
Is he really married to her?
Yeah, pretty sure. Was it Sam Raimi or maybe I'm thinking who's the dude that did Mr. Robot?
Rami Malek.
No, not that. No, the guy that directed.
He
it.
also did Bohemian Rhapsody,
He did.
which was great. Did you think that movie was great?
I did think that movie was pretty good.
All right, so maybe there's some hope for your podcast.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not Sam Raimi. Who the fuck? No, you're right. It's not. Who? Yeah, who did Mr. Robot? It's not Sam Raimi.
Rami Malek.
No, not Raimi.
He also did
Well, yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I mean, yeah, that's the actor, but the guy that actually directed that.
Wasn't that a
role-
good movie? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
Ask us again, Junker, so you can go through the whole
Yeah,
thing.
so we can keep going here. We could do this for an hour.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that did Mr. Robot?
It was Rami Malek.
He also did Bohemian Rhapsody. Was that a good movie?
That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Abby Rossum, that's her name, but that's not. She's not married to him. She's married to some other director. Let me see.
Man, I feel bad for your listeners. This is what's going on here, guys.
Sam Esmail.
All right. Well, look, this is not a movie podcast.
Yeah, it is.
Clearly, because if it was, we'd be canceled.
Ooh,
So
you cut. Like I'm cut out of the headphones here. What is this?
Those are Mamba's headphones.
Mamba, buy some new headphones, man.
you know, so like, are those headphones really broken? And Mamba just
Just-
never
There you
said
go.
anything.
No, don't touch it. It's fine now.
like Mamba just doesn't care.
Yeah, basically.
he just doesn't hear anything
It's
the
like
whole time.
it's like he could co- I could like just not plug in his headphones. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good," and then he'd just go on about his business like nothing.
So what happens when we play audio and like watch videos and shit? Does he just like?
Well, what he does is he follows our reactions and just tries to go along. Like if he's at left, like, "Oh, haha, yeah, that's really good. Oh, yeah." It's like because if you
Classic
notice,
Mobamba.
like he never has any original, genuine reaction. It's always playing off of what we're doing. So maybe his headphones are just never working.
Maybe.
Oh, whatever. Oh well, it is what it is.
So wait, more. I want to know more about Hawaii. So what else
All
did
right,
you do?
so we flew into Kauai, and then from Kauai,
Kauai.
that's the name of the island, and then from Kauai we
like
went
Kawhi Leonard?
to Maui.
Cutie Leonard.
Yes, sure. So Kauai is more, I guess it's not as touristy as Maui.
Mhm.
It seems a little more rural. I like it though. I like the atmosphere, and there's like all these like one thing that surprised me was like right out of the airport. There's all these chickens just running around, like
the
feral
fuck? What kind of-
chickens, like roosters and chickens, and they're just there, just running across. And we're like, I'm wondering like why are there so many goddamn chickens like everywhere you go?
Can you just like pick them up and like take them home?
Well, no,
Eat
they'll
'em?
run away, but if you
Oh.
but you can hunt them if you want. That's why there's no KFCs
Oh,
in
okay.
Hawaii because they did open too, but people why would they go to KFC when
Yeah,
you
there's
just
a fucking chicken
you
right
can just
there.
fucking grab a chicken off the street. So apparently, like back in the day, all the farmers had chicken coops,
Mhm.
and after a few tsunamis that just destroyed everything, like the coops just got destroyed, and then the chickens just
Went wild.
went wild. Yeah,
What the
and
fuck?
then they started reproducing, and now they're just everywhere.
Holy fuck!
So yeah, that's what happened with the chickens.
But wild chickens usually don't taste as good as like domesticated chickens.
They do when they're free. I mean,
don't think
chicken that I paid for, free chicken. I mean, add a little spice, a little salt and pepper. I mean,
A
free
little bit
chicken.
more death, you know.
Free chicken's free chicken.
I don't know, man.
Look, man, like I said, you mainlanders don't understand. You guys are too. You guys are way too uppity and sanitation and salmonella. Such pussies, dude.
You heard it here first. Talk to Tony Devine about choking your chicken. You wanna get something there.
Oh, so yeah, so that was my first surprise, but that was pretty cool. So yeah, chickens everywhere in Kauai. We did a bunch of tours, and like hikes. So the reason we went because it was one of my friend's birthday. We'll call her.
Janet.
No, that's no.
Why not?
Stacy.
We'll call her
Fine,
Julie.
Stacy.
We'll call her Juliet.
Juliet.
Yeah, so we'll
Like
call her
Romeo
Juliet.
and Juliet.
Sure. So anyway, so it was Juliet's birthday, and I guess she wanted to go to Hawaii. So she's actually Chris's sister-in-law.
We talked about Chris last episode, but okay.
So anyway,
We had a Chris minute.
So yeah, so Chris's sister-in-law's birthday, and it was her brother and her sister, which is Chris's wife. We'll call her Deanna. And so I just went with all of them. So there was like 5 of us, and we just decided, okay, they're like, hey, you want to come to Hawaii? I'm like, sure, never been. Might as well see what all the hype is.
Well, while you were at Hawaii, we were here celebrating Chris's brother's birthday, which he was not here to celebrate.
Yes, I have heard.
And we had a great time.
I have heard that Peo Dog is none too pleased.
Nope, none too pleased.
None too pleased
So-
at all.
To give Andrew, an idea of what we're talking about. So we have a friend, right? His name's Peo Dog. And his brother Chris
Decided to go
decided to go Hawaii.
to Hawaii for his sister-in-law's birthday.
Right. When it was also,
When it was
his,
also
brother's
his brother's
birthday.
birthday.
And he's like, his brother, well, he invited him to go with, but his brother's like,
nah, I'm
I
good."
can't, he's like, I can't go like that long to Hawaii. It's expensive, blah, blah. Let's just go to Puerto Rico. It's cheaper. And his brother's like,
Nah,
nah,
we're going to Hawaii.
my wife and
My wife and sister-in-law.
sister want to go Hawaii, so we're going to Hawaii.
So their word is law.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So
So
How can you blame them?
So yeah. So
Sounds about right to me.
siblings be damned.
Right.
So he left Peo Dog here by himself, alone, for his birthday.
So then when they were talking, they're like, I remember he's like, "Oh, so you're not gonna be here for my birthday?" And I guess it was funny because Chris was like, "I forgot it was your birthday or something." I thought it was pretty funny.
All right, I got a gripe now because of that. Play the thing.
Hell no, motherfuckers.
People put too much stock into their birthdays. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? It's just a day.
I mean, I agree with you.
1, 10, 13, 18,
30.
21,
30.
30,
40.
70. That's it.
70. That's
Because if
I-
you make it there,
I think,
you know.
I think I stopped. I think after 21 is when I just didn't really care about my birthday anymore. I mean, 21's cool because like you can do shit, but
Yeah, but it's not like you didn't do shit before.
That's true,
Because
but
you just do it legally.
you
That's
can
the
just
only
do it
difference.
legally, and it actually takes some of the fun out of
Well,
it.
it's just like, I get it's a pet peeve of mine where it's like, oh, you're going to work on your birthday. It's like,
Oh yeah, that's stupid. Like taking a day off for your birthday is like
It's so dumb.
It's like if you, I'm not 16. I don't need to take
Right.
my day off for my birthday.
When am I go to Baskin Robbins, get my free scoop,
Yeah.
go to Pisons, get a free slice.
Oh, you get a free slice of paisan?
Oh yeah, you get a free
Oh
slice.
shit! I'd take a day off for that.
Just tell them it's your birthday any day of the week.
Oh,
Just do it.
They don't check your ID.
I don't know.
Oh, so speaking of that, Hawaii has the most interesting policy or method of checking IDs.
How's that?
So if you want to go order, if you order like go to a bar, you order liquor, you can only take
They count your rings.
two drinks. You can't like if you order 4, then someone has to come up with you.
Oh, this is normal. Like a lot of places. Like if you go to like
No, I mean if I go to fucking Nick's,
no, not like
I'm
a,
like,
not
give
like
me-
a regular bar.
Yeah, this was a regular bar.
I'm talking about like like a stadium or something. Like you go to concert.
Well,
so
this
usually
was
two
just a
drink
regular
minimum
bar
or maximum.
This was nothing. This was just a regular bar. So anyway, so I thought that was kind of weird, but whatever. Because every bar that I go to, I'm like, give me 10 beers. They give you 10, and here, just get as many as you can carry. So anyway, that's beside the point. So the thing is, how they ID you is they're like, are you 21? And you're like, yeah, okay. Literally, every bar we went to, they just asked you if you're 21, and if you say yes, they're like, okay.
That's weird.
That was like,
Like, what about if you looked really young and I just said yes?
Juliet looks young as fuck. You know her.
Yeah.
And they asked, are you 21? She's like, yeah. Okay.
She's 21, right?
Yeah, she's 23.
Yeah.
Actually, she turned 24. Okay. But yeah, but she looks like she's like 19.
Yeah, she does.
So if they would card anyone, it would be her.
Yeah.
But it's funny because they're like, are you guys 21? We're like, yeah. Okay, cool. And
I don't know, man. Maybe you guys just look older than you think you do.
she does not at all.
No, she doesn't look that old.
Like
She's out of well, actually, no, her or Diana don't look that old.
no, they should be carded.
They look pretty young. Both of them do.
So, but yeah, but even if even here we get carded, and we look old as fuck.
I get carded all the fucking
You
time.
carded, yeah, exactly. And it's not like
Well, if I go to a liquor store, I don't. If I go to like a restaurant, I don't. But if I go to a bar, like every bar you go to,
yeah.
you get
And over there, every bar we went to, they're like, "You guys 21? Yes. Okay, cool."
bars have to card because they don't want to get their liquor license taken away.
So I guess I guess everyone in the island is very honest because, I mean, they just take your word for it.
Are you 21? No. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
man.
sorry.
Uh,
So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Like everywhere we went, we had our IDs out, and they're like, "Yes, 21." We're like, "Yeah, okay." We're like, okay, well, just put this back in my pocket then.
2 a.m. bars out there.
There are a few 2 a.m. bars, which is cool.
what about 3 a.m. bars?
Not that I found.
I heard some unfounded information that I did not actually check
What?
and fact check. Is that Chicago and Florida are the only places that have 4 a.m. bars.
Really?
Yeah. I guess there's a 24-hour strip club that also doubles as a bar in Florida. That's a 4 a.m. bar. And then Chicago has
Wow.
4 a.m. bars are a thing
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And they aren't anywhere else.
So-
Really?
Supposedly.
And the only strip clubs that I know of.
Again,
I
did not
mean-
fact check
I mean,
this.
I also did not fact check this, and I've also never been, but I've heard of. I have a friend that goes to strip clubs frequently, and they don't serve liquor at the ones that are open till 4 a.m. or 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And the ones that do, I guess they close earlier,
Right.
and they don't do nude or something. It's all
I don't know.
whatever. So anyway, so the first night we get there, we landed Sunday at 7 p.m. local time. So by the time I got to the resort, all that stuff was 8 o'clock. So you know what? Let's hit up a bar. Fuck it. Let's look it up, see what the fuck's. We found one bar that was open till 2. We're like, oh, fuck it. We'll go there. Because everything else is by 9 o'clock, done, closing. So luckily there's Uber out there. So fuck yeah, let's take an Uber. So we got an Uber to this bar. It was called Big Wave Dave's. Shout out to my boy Mana, who is the bartender at Big Wave Dave. Big Dave It's either Big Dave Waves or Big Wave Dave. One of those two. Anyway.
Sounds better, Big Wave Dave.
Okay,
I
that's
don't know. I kind of like Big Dave waves.
Oh shit. Well, it's one of those.
Like,
two.
hey, a Big Dave.
Hey, what's up, man?
Junkyard, look up Big Dave Waves.
I'm looking up 4 a.m. bars.
Okay, so that was a 2 a.m. bar. So we get there and we ended up closing the place out. Like, all right, well, it's time to go back, and there's no Ubers. Apparently, like, all the Uber drivers fall asleep at 10 p.m. After 10, there are no Ubers. There's no Lyft.
They fall asleep.
They literally, yeah, they all go to sleep. Like, you have two choices. You either got to walk it back, or you got to wait for one of them to wake up.
They don't got one of those motorized
6 a.m.
scooters over there.
No.
Oh,
And
shame. We do.
there's no. I didn't see any taxis. So that was whatever. So we're like, all right, well, it's like the bar was like 2.5 miles. Luckily, we were talking to some of the locals, and there's one girl, Stacy. She's really cool. She ended up giving us a ride back to the hotel. So she saved us a very, very long walk. And now we know.
Shout out to Stacy.
Shout out to Stacy. I miss you, girl. After 2 a.m., bars close. After 10 p.m., you better have a ride home. So yeah, a lot of places. The whole businesses, restaurants. There's very few that are open till like 11. That's just how it is. I mean, personally, I don't like it. I like shit to be open late. I am used to, if I'm hungry at 11 p.m., I have a wealth of options to go places to go.
All
eat.
right. What if you're hungry at 2 a.m.?
Exactly.
There's so many places
There's
to go.
so many places. Yeah. And if I want to drink at 2 a.m.,
Right. Also, plenty of places to
So,
go.
according to Thrillist, here's a list of these supposed like drinking hours or the latest, last call. So Alabama is I guess it's decided by individual community, so it could be.
it could be 20.
Anything.
So they could be 24 hours.
Well, it might not be able to 24 hours, but it
Greenbow,
might be.
Alabama.
So Alaska's 5 a.m. Arizona's 2:30 a.m.
Weak. Arizona's weak.
Arkansas is 1 a.m.
Pussies.
California's 2 a.m. Larger cities may allow for later time, supposedly. Colorado 2 a.m. Connecticut 1 a.m. on weekdays, but 2 a.m. on weekends.
All right, I'm hoping you don't go through all 50 states.
Delaware
This
1
will take a
a.m.
while.
Delaware.
Florida, most cities.
No one gives a fuck about Delaware.
Talking about Delaware.
Isn't Delaware and Connecticut are like the size of like a city? Who gives a fuck?
Florida, which was Andrew was talking about, most cities close at 3 a.m., but it's up to the communities to decide. Georgia decided on a county by county basis, but most close at 2 a.m. Hawaii, 2 a.m. Although some bars close at 4 a.m. with a special license.
Oh.
I did not see any of those 4 a.m. bars.
So, because it's probably a hard license.
That must be in Honolulu. Or maybe it might have been in Maui too, but I didn't really see any.
Idaho, 1 a.m. for the most part, but 2 a.m. in some larger cities. Illinois, last call isn't set by the state, but varies between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. according to this in Chicago, depending on the bar. Even though there are 4 a.m.
But we
bars.
know, as living here, that there are 4
Yeah, they are
bars.
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
bars.
bars. All right, this is very fascinating. I don't need you to go
Hold
through
on,
all
wait,
50
there,
states.
wait. Mississippi, 12 a.m. That's an interesting one. Nevada, 24 hours a day
Oh,
because
course.
of Vegas.
exactly.
Hold on. New York has 4 a.m. supposedly in New York City.
Yeah, New York should have. I think Los Angeles should have 4 a.m.
Well,
too.
they said 3 a.m. Maybe in like.
So
larger
they're probably like
cities.
us. They say 3,
Right, right.
but we all know it's 4.
Right.
That's pretty much about it. Everybody else is 2 a.m. Most of the U.S. is 2 a.m. Between 1 and 2.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Well, the more you know.
But
Knowledge is power.
well, what time did Wicker Tavern close at when
4.
it was open? 4, right?
It was 4, yeah.
I missed that place.
The Owl.
Yeah,
also
Nick's
closes at 4.
and
Nick's closes
Tavern
at 3, right?
were the ones that they do 4 on
Saturdays.
Saturdays. Yeah. So those were the ones that we'd always.
Yeah,
do
we
bars.
went on Friday, but we left like at 2:30 last week.
Okay.
And there was this lady grilling, like literally, she had a fucking grill outside of the bar.
Oh yeah.
I'd never seen it
Yeah,
before.
and she gives like these big ass Polish
Yeah.
sausages, like we're talking like almost foot longs.
Right.
Like they're fucking yeah.
I've never tried it, but I didn't know. This is the first time I've seen her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe I just haven't gone that often recently because she wasn't there before. This must have been something recent.
Well, then you don't go out. You don't go out much. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, I used to go before. Like right now, I think
Oh yeah. Back when you used to go, no, she wasn't there.
that's what I'm saying. So like, yeah, she's fucking. I was walking back to the car and I smelled like smoke,
Polish
like a
sausage, yeah.
grill. I was like, what the fuck? And I look over
Yeah.
and this chick's
She has
grilling.
she has regular and then spicy ones. Spicy ones are Bone apple tea.
How did she get a license for that shit? They just let her grill on the she was like literally on the
You
corner.
don't need no license for that.
I don't think.
You
she
think the tamale man has a
Yeah,
license?
like I was just about to say that because the tamale guy is also like still
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, he goes there. Those tamales are so they ordered
those ones are good
tamales
as fuck, man.
and everybody got we're eating the tamales de rajas.
Those are my
The
favorite.
chile ones.
Yeah.
Everybody was being a little bitch. Said it was too spicy, but it wasn't spicy.
What the fuck?
Ask your brother. Your brother, Dr. Cologne,
All right, Dr. Cologne, I could see he's a little you know,
Barney.
Barney has
Turok.
no. Okay, look, Barney has no gallbladder, so that I could see that. So he no, literally, he
What's
literally
your
does-
gallbladder do?
it produces bile
Okay.
that somehow does something with enzymes and spicy food. So you don't have a gallbladder, you can't take any spicy food. Like if you do, you'll fucking just diarrhea.
Word.
And our boy Turok got fucked up.
I may be wrong. I don't know the medical terminology, but no gallbladder, bad for spicy shit. So ever since he got his gallbladder taken out, he doesn't eat anything spicy because he can't. So okay, that I understand. Dr. Cologne, we know he's a little. What's the word? He's very. What's the modern term of metrosexual?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's what he is. So
Clean?
I can understand.
Is he clean? He is clean.
He is very clean.
He smells really good all the
He
time.
does
That's
smell
why
really good.
that's why he's Dr. Cologne.
Oh, I thought that was his actual name.
But
No.
I should know by now that everybody has some
Well,
sort of dumb nickname.
Well, he comes on the podcast a lot. That's why he's
But
Dr. Cologne.
but I could see him like, taking a little bite and there's like a little kick. He's like, oh, forget it. I could see him doing that. Arturo Tarak, I'm surprised. I would think that he wouldn't have an issue. And my brother, I don't know what the fuck his problem is.
He said it was spicy as fuck. I
doubt
put
it.
salsa on it and it wasn't that spicy.
It's because you ain't no bitch. Did you tell him that?
Yeah.
Good, you should have.
And then Myra had one and she's like, that's not that bad.
They disappoint me.
Anyway, but I had a great time. You missed it. I bet you we had a better time at Nick's than you did in Hawaii.
I was not at Nick's, so I cannot say for certain that you are wrong.
Have you been to Nick's
Nick's?
in Wicker Park?
No, I've never been.
Have you ever been
Nick's.
to a dive bar?
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
so then you've been to Nick's.
What's your?
I've never been to Hawaii.
Oh,
I almost went one time though.
Hawaii is fucking amazing.
why did you go?
Back when I worked at O'Hare as like a baggage handler, I used to get free flights, and I worked with my buddy Tim, and then me and a couple of my other buddies were trying to get flights to Hawaii. You get a free standby, right? So we had 4 tickets lined up to Hawaii. The plane was overloaded by like weight, but like they had enough seats. It's like
That's like every time Mamba gets on a plane.
right. So they couldn't they couldn't
Damn.
they couldn't.
I would say. I mean, I'm not gonna even tell him to get you off him because he's not even here.
So they wouldn't let us on. So we ended up going to Key West instead, which was also had a bunch of chickens around all
That's
over
weird.
the place and 6-toed cats.
What the fuck? What's a six-toed cat?
What do you think? What do you think a 6-toed cat
Six
is?
A
toes.
cat with 6 toes?
So-
Do you know the story
Oh.
behind that?
No.
Mark Twain bought a 6-toed cat off a pirate and lived in Key West and it bred with all the other cats in the island.
Oh, that's weird.
Swear to God.
So now you bring up cats. So in Maui, we did a tour which is called the Road to Hana, and it's like basically this van picks you up and drives you around the entire island. You see like the volcanoes. You go to the black sand beaches. It's really cool.
Black sand because it's volcanic.
Yeah, it's like
Rock?
tiny little. Yeah, it's all tiny like little rocks. But it looks like black sand.
Right.
So.
It's like dirt.
So yeah, no, it's not dirt. It's like tiny, it's literally tiny rock. It's a little bit
Yeah, you mean dirt.
the no, because dirt
I've
kind of
seen
like
dirt before. All right, I need to go Hawaii to see dirt.
because dirt has different texture. Dirt like is more like dirty and get it
Kind
dirty,
of like
kind of dirty.
kind of sandy.
All I know is God
No,
made dirt,
because-
dirt don't hurt.
because black sand is more it's like bigger it's more granular. It's not as like
Clumped up dirt.
it's not as sandy. No, because you can't break it up.
It's like spicy dirt. is what you're
There
trying
you
to say.
go.
Spicy dirt.
It's like dirt with a kick.
Yeah. Dirt
So-
with an attitude.
So when you take this trip on, it's called the Road to Hana.
Yeah.
You could drive yourself or you can take a tour. We were gonna drive, but we opted to just take the tour, which was a better idea because that road is like not for people that have never been on that road. It's very narrow to the point where like if cars are coming, you have to like kind of like
Move
let
out of
them
the
go, or you need to move out of the way.
It's like a 1-lane fucking
Yeah,
street.
exactly.
It's weird.
And it's
Dangerous?
Very dangerous. Nothing but curves.
Is it like in a mountain?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's scary.
Yeah. And once you get to a certain spot, it's no longer paved. It's like dirt.
Like rocks.
Like no, yeah, a lot of rocks and dirt. So
not black sand. It's
not
dirt.
black sand, it's dirt.
Okay, gotcha.
Like dust, like dirt. So if you have a rental car, rental cars in Hawaii have a special license plate, or like they always start with a letter L. And if if you're on that road, once you get to a certain point, if you have rental plates, they'll send you back. Like you cannot proceed, because I guess
Insurance?
yeah, exactly, because people kept taking the cars through the dirt and the rocks, and they just fucking shit up.
Right.
So the rental car companies are like, you know what, fuck this shit. So now, like, if you get to a certain point,
If you can't fuck up a rental car, what car can
exactly,
you fuck up? I mean,
well, what fun is that?
Yeah.
Apparently they frown upon that now. Whatever. But anyway, we took a van or a tour, and the guy that drove it, cool guy. Shout out to Kay. He's
dang, you know everybody's fucking name. Jesus Christ.
dude, yeah. So Kay is like local, born and raised.
Kind of like you.
He's an executive. Yeah, just like me. He's an executive. Not executive. He's a sous chef for one of the resorts, and he does like he's like a musician. Like he's sponsored by what's that?
Fuck, sponsored.
Yeah, like he showed us pictures of like all this shit that he gets from
Like his SoundCloud
What's
and
up?
like
No, I'm talking like legit.
He had a
like,
couple mixed CDs for ya.
What's that guitar company that really?
Les Paul.
No, it's like
Fender?
Is it Fender?
Fender. I don't know.
Is it Fender?
Gibson?
Fender is a.
Not Gibson. I think it's something with an F. I think it's Fender. Anyway,
Flying V.
Anyway,
Fender is the biggest one.
so anyway, that one. So anyway, they sponsor him, and they always give him like free shit. Like they give him like free, and he showed us pictures of like all the shit that he has. So I'm like, with all the shit that he does, like why do you drive like a fucking van? He's like, this is what he likes to do. He says, I have 2 days off a week, Saturday and Sunday, and this is what he does all day. Is just he'll pick us up because those tours, like he picked us up at 6 a.m. We didn't get back to the resort until like I want to say 7 p.m.
It's almost like 12 hours.
And then he still has to drive to his house, which is 3 hours away.
Holy fuck.
But he says he loves to drive.
That's weird.
It is weird, but he was really
Must
cool.
really love to drive.
Oh, he does. Yeah, he like every tour that we took, and every
He must be a pro on that fucking road.
oh yeah, he was. He knew exactly, like he knew all like the ins and outs. He's like,
Well,
all
shit,
right,
5 days a week, 12 hours a day. I should hope so.
yeah, like
No,
he,
it's still 2 days a week.
2 days a
Oh,
week.
2
he does
days a
it.
2 days a
2
week.
days a
Oh,
week.
I
He
had
does
a
it.
flip flop.
But he's been doing it for like I don't know how many years. So he knows like we're driving by. He's like, oh, like there's we're gonna stop by. Like he just pulls over. He's like, oh, you see like there's some kind of like little guava. I call them guava berries because they're like little berries, but they taste like guava. He's like, oh, like yeah, like I've been watching those for weeks, so they should be ripe now. You can go ahead and just pick them off and
What the
taste them.
fuck?
Yeah. So we ate those, and then he's like, all right, now.
Surprised you didn't die. What if it was poison?
Well then, if I die, I die.
What was his name?
K.
You think Kay would have still him wrong?
I
like
mean,
that?
he gave us his
He's
full
gonna take
name.
him out for a 12-hour drive and just fuck him over with
Exactly.
poison berries.
I mean, then we'd leave a bad review. He's
Right.
not about to be like.
Well, you wouldn't
You'd
be
be
able to leave,
dead.
you wouldn't be able to leave a Yelp review.
Yeah. So anyway, he has a very long indigenous name that he's like I'll tell you my full name, but you can't pronounce it. He's like, well, can we try? And he gave us his name, and like, yeah, we're not gonna be able to say that. It's a lot of K's, a lot of consonants right next to each other that there's no way we would pronounce. So we
Was
told him.
he a big man?
He was a bigger guy, yeah.
Like most Hawaiians?
Actually, they weren't as big as I imagined. I imagined them to be bigger, but those, I guess, the Samoans are the ones that are like bigger.
Yeah.
But the Samoans were one of the later people to inhabit the island. It started with the Polynesians, then the Micronesians, and then there's a bunch of others. So it's like an amalgam of just like so much shit, and like a lot of the plants, the trees, the wildlife. Like 90% of it is not native to Hawaii. Everything's there because it was brought there. Like somebody brought that there, and that's why it's there. Like there's like 8 different species of mangoes.
Oh,
None of them are like native to Hawaii. It's because somebody brought a
Well,
fucking
isn't
mango
Hawaii
tree.
just like lava? Like hardened
Right.
lava?
No, it's actually very. There's a rainforest. Like it's all rainforest.
Well,
Most
yeah,
of it.
but that's because
Did you
it's
visit
based
Isla
on lava.
Nublar?
I did,
Nice.
and Isla Sorna.
Oh.
So
Did you see dinosaurs?
I saw dolphins. So
yes.
So
the
one of the
ancestors.
tours we took, was a rafting tour, and it takes you around Kauai to the places where you can't drive to. It's only accessible by boat or if you swim out there or kayak. and one of them is the island where Jurassic Park was filmed,
Oh.
and that looked fucking dope. And also where King Kong, they have like that rock that looks like his face.
Oh yeah.
So we saw that. That was pretty cool. So shout out to my boy Evan. He was the tour guide.
Jesus Christ. the
Dude,
names.
it was cool as fuck. So anyway, he's like, so we're on this raft boat that it seats like 14 people, and he's like, all right, you got, and there's this rope all along the side, and you got to hold on. And what I learned is like you got to hold on for dear fucking life, not because you're gonna fall over, but because you're gonna just slide back. Because all you're doing is like you're just crashing into waves, and like obviously like some of the waves are easier than others, and he tries to like do his best to like not slam it down, but sometimes like this big ass wave just comes and the whole raft just in the air and then just drop. Yeah, it was intense. It was a workout. Like my hands were like shaking, like at the end of that. But it was really cool.
How'd the girls hold on?
They didn't. They just like slid onto whoever was next to them and hoped that the person next to them was able to hold on and not slide all the way back. But yeah, so they took us like out there, and then there's a spot where you can go snorkeling, and there's where the dolphins are, and then the dolphins are just there like chilling and doing all this shit. So, fun fact, in Kauai, there's a shitload of dolphins because you can't swim with dolphins. In Maui, you can swim with dolphins, but there's not that many because during the day dolphins sleep. So the ones that are swimming around are the ones that are guarding the pod. And people that want to swim with them, they're just fucking with their sleep cycle. So a lot of them don't stick around. That's why they're on Kauai. So we were there during the day. There were like a bunch of them, but there were so many pods that there were a bunch of dolphins, swimming around. And he was like, yeah, they're swimming around because they're taking care of the ones that are sleeping. And he's like,
Like vampires.
and so he's like, yeah, but like sometimes we feed them, so we kind of consider them employees. But we do that because we make them jump for the tourists. So he's like, all right, so we're just there, and like they were just swimming. He's like, yeah. Like, well, let me play some music. Usually when I play a certain song, that gets him jumping. So he literally gets on his phone and he starts playing Jump Around. And we're like, okay, he's fucking trolling. He's fucking trolling us. Sure enough, fucking dolphin started jumping. I was like, oh, I thought he was fucking with us. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then we did snorkeling, and then we just headed back. So, and that tour itself was about 6-7 hours. Like it took us like an hour on the boat to get there, like an hour back. So well worth it. Very, very worth it.
Well, that's all interesting and all, but I guess the real important question here is how is the baby girl situation?
So the baby girl situation in Maui is exquisite. But that's because it's
All tourists?
All tourists. And there's like from
Lame.
all over. There's Europeans. There's everything you can think of.
Did you see Mila Kunis there?
No, I was looking for her.
Did you see Rachel Ostovich-Bordon?
I do not know who that is.
She's an MMA fighter. Sexy
But
as
if
fuck.
I did know who she was, I'm pretty sure I would not have seen her. I also did not see The Rock, and apparently he got married that weekend in Hawaii.
Oh. He got married. Wasn't he married before?
No.
Really?
He got married to his girlfriend in Hawaii, like that weekend that we were there.
And were you not invited to his wedding?
So it's funny because the surf instructor that we had,
Yeah, she
shout out
looks
to
like an
Alex,
MMA
he was
fighter.
dope as hell. So our boy Alex was teaching us to surf. He was telling us like, oh, I got a wedding to go later today. But he didn't tell us what wedding it was. It was probably The Rock's wedding. So he was holding out.
Here's some picture you could set your clock to. Hold on.
Oh, who that?
Rachel Ostovich. She is an MMA fighter. Let me put this up for everybody on YouTube to enjoy.
She looks like she gets beat up for a living.
She does. And her ex-husband. Well, I don't know if he's ex, but her husband beat her up too. Fairly sad.
That is sad because, I
Yeah.
mean, you can.
Look at her.
fucked up.
It's
Look at
different. It's different when you get paid to get beat
Look
up.
how sexy she is.
Yeah.
She is Hawaiian. From
So
Hawaii.
I'm assuming is her husband also an MMA fighter?
He is, and he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, obviously,
Look.
we've had this discussion in the past where
Here.
all MMA fighters are pieces of shit.
That's not even that bad looking. That's like
That's not like
That's like,
that's not like, that's not like War Machine.
it was worse. The picture of that was worse.
See, I don't understand why women still date MMA fighters when
That's
they're,
her husband.
they're
He's a
douchebags.
piece of
I don't
shit.
know why they would even. I don't know. I guess at this point it's like, I mean, you should know better by now.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like if you date an athlete, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
it's a pretty broad generalization.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's unfair.
But it's very accurate.
I mean, I don't think.
You think Shaq beats his wife?
Yeah. What about Tom Brady? You think he beats his wife?
No, Tom
Probably
Brady.
does- he probably does
Tom
weird- he probably
Brady.
does weirder shit.
Tom Brady is a class fucking act. All right.
Tom Brady probably uses like mind games with her.
He probably like fucks with her psychologically.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't hate MMA fighters. They'll just beat you. I mean, unless that's your thing, whatever. I mean, hey, no judgment here.
Anyway, that's great. I'm glad you enjoyed your trip.
I did, and I learned how to surf successfully.
Really?
Yeah, I was able to surf.
That's something I've always wanted to do.
It actually is a lot of fun.
Is it like
it is-
snowboarding?
It is. I mean,
I
I've been
mean,
told.
by surf, how big of a wave did you take?
I mean, they weren't like massive waves, but it was enough to where like, I mean, you could
You
pick-
ripped some quality
pick
tubes, bro.
Yeah, bro. I was shredding some waves. You know how it is.
No, he's a mainlander. He doesn't know.
Oh
that.
yeah,
I don't know how
you
it
don't know
is.
how it is. But no, so I snowboard a lot, and I was always told like, oh, if you could snowboard, if you could skateboard, whatever.
It seems like it'd be very different
exactly,
than all of that.
and you should be able to pick it up but they are, I mean, very different. It's very different. It does require a lot of, like you need a lot of upper body strength to like start, because you need to pick up speed paddling with your hands, and then you need to be able to jump up on, like, get on your knees and then pretty much like jump straight up like in less than a second, and then while keeping your balance. And then once you do, it's like just staying on, because you can jump on the board and then you just fall to the side.
Right.
And the thing was like it's all rocks underneath, and yeah, you can easily just like, I mean, I got cuts and bruises, and it's all from the rocks from when I fell. But it was worth it. It was fucking great. So was kayaking.
That's great.
Shout out to Greg, our kayak
Oh,
instructor.
Jesus Christ, with the fucking people already. God damn. Just shout out all your fucking guides.
Yeah.
Your whole trip.
So our guide,
Fuck.
our guide for the road to Hana. Shout out
Oh
to
my
Kay.
God.
Shout out to our kayak instructor, Greg. Shout out to Evan. He was on our rafting
Did you
tour.
at least promote our fucking podcast while you were out there?
No.
The fuck?
How about a shout out to your pilot? Who are your pilots?
Podcasts are for the mainlands.
They don't
And
get
then,
podcasts out there.
Shout out to Alex, our surf instructor. And
Did you meet Tulsi Gabbard?
I think that's it. Who's that?
You know what Tulsi Gabbard is?
No.
She's running for president. She's one of the senator, congresswoman from Hawaii.
I mean,
She is by far the sexiest person running for president right now.
it wasn't really, not really saying much, but okay.
Still true.
I mean,
Doesn't make it any less true.
I'm not denying that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, not fun fact. So
do you want me to play the music?
Yeah,
We actually
no.
have.
no, don't play the music because we need to truncate this episode.
Well, we're gonna do a not conspiracy corner.
Ooh, okay. So, not fun fact. In Maui, when we did the road to Hana, the Kay was telling us that, like, apparently the island has a rat infestation, which is weird because I did not see one rat. I saw a bunch of cats, but they're very docile. They're like island cats. Like you can just go up to them and
They're too busy eating rats.
no, they're not. They don't, because apparently there's a rat infestation. So
They're probably tired from eating rats all
Yeah.
day.
no, they
Duh.
don't. So anyway, the cats don't do shit. So what they did was
When you saw them,
Yeah.
So back in the day, they decided to bring in mongoose because mongoose is a natural predator of rats. So their idea was like, we're gonna bring in some mongooses or mongeese,
mangai.
mangai, and they're gonna take care of this rat problem. Well, what happened was they brought the wrong species of mongoose. They brought the ones that are
Oh, they love rats.
no.
They're like best friends with rats?
No,
Oh, fuck.
Actually, they have no problem with rats because the ones that they needed to bring should have been the nocturnal ones. They brought the ones that just sleep at night and hunt during the day.
Oh,
so during
the
the
rats
day,
are sleeping.
Exactly. So during the day, the rats are just sleeping, and the mongoose are like, "What the fuck are we gonna eat?" So they started climbing
Bunch of
trees.
sleeping rats.
So they started climbing the trees, and they started eating all the eggs.
Oh,
that-
fuck.
So
So they started killing all the birds.
So they
That sounds like a Simpsons
they
episode.
wiped out 16 species of birds in the
Holy
time that they've
fuck.
been there. Yeah,
Man.
and now they have a mongoose problem and a rat problem.
Oh man, what animal are they going to get next to get rid of the
So-
mongoose?
Did they bring the cats in to kill the mongoose?
So no, the cats don't care. The cats they're chilling. Like a rat could run across, and the cat would be like, "Meh, I'm good."
What they need to do is bring in a predator, cannibal rat eating mongoose. They can kill the mongoose and,
Yeah.
and kill the rats.
Yeah.
And then while they're at it, they just kill the cats.
No,
too.
they just need to keep going up. They need to get like
A
a bigger like lizard that like eats like the mongoose, but then they're gonna have a lizard problem, so then they gotta get like bobcats.
So they're gonna bring the rats back to eat the
Right.
lizards.
It's like-
No.
yeah.
It's a never-ending cycle.
It's gonna get to the point where they've already brought the apex predator, and the apex predator is infesting the island. So they need to bring in rats for the plague.
Right.
So they need a plague to reset everything.
And then you back to where you
And
were
then
at.
yeah,
You
just
still
start-
have a red problem.
Yeah, but then you bring in some mongoose.
It's like you said, nothing is native to Hawaii.
Yeah,
Everything gets
exactly.
brought
Everything's
over.
brought in. Everything was brought by someone, or like pineapples weren't even. They're not native to Hawaii. They were
Oh,
brought.
pina? Love pina.
Yeah. So recipe time. So our boy Kay, who's a
Hold on.
chef,
Hold on, let's play the recipe song. Jesus Christ.
was so it's not really a recipe, but he gave us some very, very interesting pineapple facts. So apparently, like if you eat a lot of pineapple, I guess your mouth gets sore, and that's because
it does.
that's because
acid.
the acid. So pineapples like are just acidic,
Yeah.
but there's a certain pineapple called Maui Gold, expensive pineapple, but it is like 80% like sugar and like only 20% acid. So it's very little acid. So he was saying is like when you buy a pineapple, like the way to tell if it's good is you take a quarter and you put it up to like the side of it, and if the quarter is the size of like the little hexagons or octagons that it
Yeah.
has, the closer it is to the size of a quarter, the better. If it's smaller, like the size of a dime, then it's not good.
Shit.
So what you do is if you say you get a regular pineapple, so since pineapples grow like with standing up, whatever, all the sugar ends up like kind of like sitting at the bottom, and all the acid just raised to the top. So what you got to do is you take off the stem or the leaf, whatever, put it upside down in your refrigerator for like a day, and then the sugar starts to like move towards the bottom. But since it's refrigerated, it starts to set, so it basically evenly distributes the sugar. And then after that, then you take it out and you cut it up, and bone apple tea.
Oh, it's interesting.
And just so you're not wasteful, what you do with the pineapple skin is you put it in a paper bag in a refrigerator until it like dries up. When it dries up, you throw it in with your charcoal, and when you're grilling, and you can get that smoky pineapple. Yeah.
Oh, tips.
Yeah.
Did you see anybody do the viral thing with pineapples where they like fucking pull like the,
Oh yeah, that's
the spears out?
That's bullshit. I can't believe people think that's real. Like clearly that pineapple was already scored. That's why they were able to pull the. But if people are like, oh, it doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, because they pre-cut it. You fucking dickwad. Anyway, so yeah, pineapple Maui Gold. That is the only pineapple. After that, after we had like Maui Gold pineapple, everywhere like obviously wherever you go they have pineapple. On their pizza and whatever. Like if it wasn't Maui Gold, I wanted nothing to do with it. And if it wasn't Maui
Only
Gold,
the good shit.
if it wasn't Maui Gold, I inquired about their preparation process. How long has it been upside down?
Wow, you sound like a horrible customer.
He is a horrible customer and a horrible person, just in general. Anyway, let's get to our.
Not fun facts. Not fun facts. These facts are never fun. Not fun for anyone. Not fun facts.
It's actually Not Fun Facts / Conspiracy Corner,
Oh.
because we got a fellow conspiracy theorist here that I think we need to address.
You know what? I love me a good conspiracy theory.
Oh, who doesn't?
So lay it on me.
Hollow Earth.
Have you heard about this?
Oh, I've heard of it. I don't know.
I have
don't-
never heard of this.
I
This is the
don't.
first time
I
hearing
have heard it being mentioned in on Reddit on our conspiracy, but I never looked like into it. So give me the deets.
Well, I'm not an expert,
Hollow Earth.
but supposedly the Nazis believed in it.
This to me seems.
There's an entrance at the top of the globe to a hollow Earth. There's a sun at our core, and dinosaurs and Vikings still roam.
So I like this better. I believe this more than I believe the Earth is flat.
I mean, it
Like I believe that there are dinosaurs at the center of the Earth more than I believe it's fucking flat.
I think that's a little more feasible, just because, like, I mean, I could see the Earth being hollow. Not really, but it's more what do you call it? Believable than the flat Earth. Like, we can prove.
Antarctica is one of the few places on Earth left that remains virtually untouched by humans. Right?
Right.
That
No
is-
native
yeah.
population.
Right.
Yeah.
Not controlled by any particular company. Very difficult to get to.
Yeah, like no country has eminent domain over it or something.
Right. There are
Yeah.
16 restricted areas in Antarctica.
Ooh.
And these restrictions are enforced by the Antarctic Treaty. This treaty includes 12 countries, and I find it odd that our world leaders cannot agree on anything. They
And-
can agree on this.
And why are they restricted? What
The hollow Earth.
To protect the entrance to Hollow Earth.
Oh, that is Yeah, you're right. We can't even fucking agree that climate change is bad, but we
The
can.
Nazis had a huge interest in Antarctica. Who were known for their outlandish and otherworldly
Right, they had all sorts of
beliefs.
crazy shit. They were.
Oh yeah,
Hitler
They had
was
a
big on
huge
the
inter-
occult.
Oh yeah, they explored the Arctic region and even claimed large plot of land there. They named it New Swabia.
What the fuck is a Swabia?
I don't know.
This is what they named it, I guess.
Yeah, see, look,
Oh.
they had a little Nazi flag there.
Joker, pull up some specs for our viewers. Some Hollow Earth diagrams.
All right,
yeah.
hold on. I think I actually did find one right now. This is very interesting. I swear to God, I'd never heard about this.
So it's funny because like just thinking about it, like Hollow Earth, it's like that sounds stupid. But then like, well, once you start reading about it, like, huh, that is rather interesting.
Oh, here's a little interesting one. Let me see if I can pull it up bigger.
Oh yeah, there it is. Little
Hold on.
sun on the inside.
Yeah,
Vikings and dinosaurs.
It's from the Telegraph UK. It's got to be real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. But, dude, I don't know. Oh, this is the exact same fucking article I was literally just looking at before I went back to look at this shit. Hold on, let me see. Where's the picture of this Hollow Earth?
After World War II, Admiral E. Byrd led 4,000 military troops from the U.S., Britain, and Australia in what was basically an invasion of Antarctica. This was known as Operation High Jump. It resulted in several casualties and a missing catapult ship, the USS Pine Island. Conspiracy theorists say that this was because of a battle with a fleet of UFOs. While this is obviously unconfirmed, I find it odd that right after the failed mission, Admiral Byrd declared it was imperative that we take immediate defense measures against hostile region.
So I'm zooming in on this picture of Hollow Earth here. So Admiral Byrd's flight in 1974, Saucer to Venus,
Mm-hmm.
Test Atom Blast, the Land of Advanced Races is inside the Hollow Earth, City of Shambhala, there's a forest city, man-made tunnels, there's the Central Sun, which is what you were talking about, ocean, mountains higher than the outside, spaceship base, to and from other galaxies. Cave city of semi-advanced race. Interesting. Oh, there's a rainbow city as well.
Yeah.
So is there an entrance?
That's where
There's a small
Rainbow
entrance at the
Road
at
is.
the bottom of the Earth. It looks like there's a big entrance at the top, right? And there's a small entrance at the bottom. But it looks like there's ice.
Just like us.
So weird. Oh, look, it's like right underneath Brazil. This is interesting. It's called Agarda.
So during this time, Admiral Byrd was hospitalized and not allowed to hold any more conferences. He died shortly after. According to his private
Oh, yeah,
journal,
there's Admiral Byrd's flight in 1947.
there was an entrance to a whole other world in Antarctica, which he was ordered to remain silent about for the rest of his life.
So Antarctica is the key,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't get to it.
So what were you
because-
telling me about?
Because somehow, like you said, every single country agreed that we should protect this,
Right?
but they can't agree on shit else.
Right.
So what were you talking about what's his face? Buzz Aldrin?
Oh, yeah. Here, let me get to that.
Because you were saying something about him going to Antarctica.
There we go. Antarctica has also had some strange guests recently. John Kerry, a well-known Skull and Bones member, a famous Russian religious leader, a former astronaut, Buzz Aldrin, paid a visit a few years back. Why exactly, we don't know. Buzz ended up cutting his trip short and was medically evacuated. He supposedly tweeted this shortly after. And there's like an image, and it says, "We're all in danger." Something about it's evil itself. Basically, it was deleted right after that.
Buzz Aldrin is kind of a kook.
A kook?
Yeah.
Or is that just what they want you to believe?
Is that just what they want you to believe?
Because that could be what they would have you believe. Because it's, if you think about it, is it in their best interest that you think that? I think it is.
By the way, I gotta give a shout. This is Nick Hinton at Nick Hinton on Twitter is where I'm getting these conspiracy theories. So he's got some good takes.
Nice.
Interesting.
They relate a lot of H.P. Lovecraft's stories to
What's that?
Antarctica.
Oh, about Antarctica?
Yeah, he's the one who created Cthulhu.
What the fuck is
or
Cthulhu?
You don't know what Cthulhu is?
No, I don't know what Cthulhu is.
Well, that's a bit long of a topic for us to get into right now. But he's
Can you give me
he's a fictional deity that this author created. It's like super huge in pop culture.
Really?
Yeah,
You heard of him?
There's a game called Call of Cthulhu.
there is.
Well, so what's the deity supposed to do, or what?
So the story he wrote is called Into the Mountain of Madness, I believe, and it's about based on Antarctica, and it's where like the Thing is like sort of based on too, and it's kind of about they find this ancient cult that worships this deity named Cthulhu, who is like this humongous giant monster with like a squid head, and it's like, you know, omnipotent basically and like benevolent, but also doesn't like give a shit about anybody, but like the cult like attempts to like summon him, and once you like get Cthulhu's attention, you're fucked.
Oh.
Like, because it will enter your realm of existence and
So
rip
no,
your psyche and
so
twain.
people believe this real, even though it's fictional.
No, that's
Oh.
just it's just pop culture.
Oh, I gotcha.
I'm just
It's like-
explaining
it's
to you
like-
what
it's like the
H.P.
Slender Man.
Lovecraft is. What?
Yeah.
Like the Slender Man.
Yeah, I'd say it's like no, it's not. It's nothing like Slender Man.
No. I mean, I'm saying like I'm saying it's pop culture. It's not real. It's a fictional
Sure.
character.
Well, I mean,
But
Slender Man.
I think some people believe Slender Man is real.
Right.
Right.
People don't think Cthulhu's real.
Oh, okay.
At least I would hope not.
Well,
Well, yeah, but people believe a lot of shit.
I don't think anybody was murdered on behalf of.
That is true.
Cthulhu.
Nobody.
Well, yeah, there were those kids that killed that one other kid, right? The two girls that killed the one
Right.
girl
Those
because they
Slender
said the Slender Man wanted.
no one's ever killed in the name of Cthulhu.
This guy Nick Hinton also. Have you guys ever heard of the Bloop?
No.
Oh man, the Bloop. The Bloop is an interesting one too. It's another like weird conspiracy thing, but it's basically like this radio signal that like a couple of scientists got like a long time ago that was like it's like unexplainable. It's like a sound that was like generated like from our ocean that is like impossible to be generated by anything, but they say it's like by a living like creature
Ooh.
created it. But this guy is saying that the Bloop was recorded at the same coordinates as like
The Hollow
where
Earth?
they would think the Hollow Earth is
Holy
in
shit.
Antarctica.
I don't know, man. This whole Hollow Earth thing is getting like I'm not big on conspiracy theories, but
Ooh,
the Hollow Earth.
but you like listening to them.
I do like listening to them.
Who doesn't?
yeah.
But because some of them are so outlandish.
Yeah.
Like I watched that whole
But
documentary about
maybe.
the flat Earth, and that shit's just fucking stupid. Like the flat earthers are just dumb.
Yeah, you kind of
Um,
just feel bad for those people.
There's a couple conspiracy theories that are a little like you know which one I was really into? The whole 9/11 one, you know, with
That's a conspiracy theory?
the government.
yeah,
yeah.
because
Because it's not proven.
Oh,
it's not proven, but science.
I thought that
there's
was fact.
There's a lot of
I
science.
thought.
Did you know that jet fuel does
jet
not
fuel
melt
did not
steel
melt steel
beams?
beams? Yeah.
Only dank memes.
Only dank memes.
Oh right. Jesus.
And remember the plane that crashed? Was it in the Pentagon?
Yeah.
They found no wreckage.
Right.
It was just building debris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they say that the titanium engines melted because now fire can melt titanium.
Mm-hmm.
But they did recover the passports for the terrorists. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's like less of like a conspiracy and more of like, oh, that's just our government like hiding
Yeah.
stuff from us. Like, I don't know.
And then like also the JFK. That one's
Well, right.
a good one. Those are ones I can kind of relate to. Like flat Earth. Nah.
Yeah.
Hollow Earth though is
Yeah.
tickling my fancy.
Ooh, Hollow Earth is good. Hollow Earth is a good one. That's why they say like Bermuda Triangle and like people who disappear like are actually like traveling using the Hollow Earth as like a means of travel.
But how do you get to the Hollow Earth through the Bermuda Triangle?
I don't know. How do you?
The
I
thing
got-
is, if you go to the Bermuda Triangle, you're not coming back.
But so you just end up in Hollow Earth?
You just don't wind up somewhere else.
Yeah.
Huh, I gotta look into more of this Hollow Earth
Oh
theory.
yeah.
I hope I don't become one of those obsessed freaks.
Don't worry. If you get anywhere close to the truth, I'm sure we won't have another podcast with you.
Yeah.
They'll find you.
Yeah, he's right. If you do get close to the truth, we'll just never hear from you again.
The truth is out there.
It is
like
out
they
there.
told us in the X Files.
It is out
Oh
there.
my god.
What do you think about the whole Area 51 thing?
What like anime running towards
Yeah.
Area 51?
Naruto running.
Naruto running. Sorry.
What did you think about the plan? Like, you got the Naruto runners
Yeah.
going full on.
Right.
Then you got the rock throwers flanking.
Right. And then you got the Kyles and whatever the
Yes,
fuck. Yeah.
Kyles.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty dank meme. I think it's pretty funny. It was pretty funny for a while. I think the best one was the military showing a PowerPoint about what
Yes.
Naruto running was.
Someone in the military had to explain to like the upper people what Naruto running was and had to give them a demonstration. That
Oh,
I
yeah.
think is a win in itself.
Whoa, what are you doing with the sound there, bud? Are you telling us that conspiracy theory time is over? Are you sick of it?
Is
No.
that your?
No, there's nothing.
Yeah, that's true. We usually ignore all his cues. So
They do.
That's his attempt at maybe trying to transition, but we're like, nah, we ain't going.
Do not go quietly in the night.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I got plenty more. If you guys are,
We should have you on for a conspiracy corner.
yeah, I love it. I'm into it.
It's like just conspiracy. Like,
Moon landing, just Kubrick.
no, fuck that. I don't believe that. I don't buy the moon landing at all.
All right.
You don't buy that.
I don't buy the moon landing.
You don't buy the conspiracy.
Not all of us
or,
can keep our heads in the clouds.
or you don't
You know,
you don't buy the conspiracy.
watching our TVs and eating our McDonald's.
Or you
Someone's
don't-
I
gotta
don't,
be here on Earth.
I don't eat McDonald's. That's Mamba.
So what don't you buy that we didn't? That the conspiracy, or you don't buy that we did?
I don't buy the conspiracy.
Oh, you think we really did land
Yeah,
on the moon?
yeah, for sure.
I don't think we did.
We definitely did.
I mean, I think we did, but not.
Not
when-
just that, but we had so many attempts at it. You'd
What
think
about
we
what
would've
about
had
the
land.
idea
No.
that we did, but
not-
not then?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I can. Okay, so this I can buy this. I can
because
buy
of the space race and because we wanted to prove that we
I
were
can
better
buy
than
that.
Russia.
I can buy that they faked the footage for that purpose, but but I don't buy that we never landed. I don't buy that. I don't buy that it never happened. Like maybe we faked it. Like okay, I could kind of see that to beat the Russians and say we did even though we didn't. But they had so many attempts, we had to have landed at least once.
Like by default.
Yeah,
Like even
even by accident.
even by accident, we should have
Like,
landed. We should have, even if he fucked up
Dude,
every time.
They-
One
they-
of those times
they-
should have
dude,
hit.
They went up to what is it? Well, obviously Apollo 11 was the first one, and they went up to what Apollo 16, 17?
Oh,
Yeah,
13?
no, Apollo 13 they didn't land.
I know.
That's when Houston had a problem, right?
Right.
That is when Houston had a problem.
But no, yeah, they went to. I think they went to like Apollo 16 or 17, I believe. And they did so many runs and so many like attempts at landing, and dude, you tell me they didn't land any of those times?
Have you ever seen that Matt Damon movie when he was on Mars?
Martian.
Yeah.
I have seen that movie.
Have you seen First Man?
I started to watch it and then I just didn't care and I stopped watching it.
That
It
was
on
a decent
HBO
movie.
Go. I heard it's really good and I heard the sound design's really good. I just, I don't know. Just wasn't feeling it.
You know what I wasn't feeling? You ever seen La La
Something-
Land?
I haven't, but I do want to see that one.
It's all right.
I like Ryan Gosling. You know what my problem was at the time with First Man is that like the dramatic portrayal
Of Neil Armstrong?
Neil Armstrong was a bit too ham-fisted for me in the first 15 minutes when I was watching it, where I'm just like, I don't know. I've seen pictures of Neil Armstrong, and he was just like, not saying that he was just like a regular guy, but like seeing like high def cinematic, like Christopher Nolan-esque looking shit with that, and it's like, I'm like, this was real life that they're trying to like imitate.
Dude, that first scene was badass.
It's like
First scene's cool.
Neil Armstrong is just like he's just a twat.
Right.
Who cares?
He's just some twat. Who cares?
So there were 6 Apollo landings that landed on the moon. So it started Apollo 7 and 9 were just orbiters. 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17 all landed on the moon.
Was it the last one?
17 was the last one, yeah.
So that's the last time we were on the moon.
Does anybody know what they did on the moon?
To collect samples and shit and like run around. They like what do you call it? Drove around and shit. They had a rover, not a rover. It was like a car.
They're just chilling. They're just like
They were just
fucking shit up,
checking shit out.
trying to get like some bunny hops and shit
Yeah.
on their moon rover.
Yeah.
They have a moon. They have a moon rock at what the fuck? The planetarium.
Yeah,
It's in sealed in a case. You can't touch it,
it's pretty cool.
but it is cool.
I bet it's radiated.
Probably.
If it is, it's probably only 3.6 Röntgen.
Yeah, probably.
Not great, not
Well,
terrible.
You know,
Did you watch Chernobyl?
well, I'm no like master of like RBMK reactors. I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Have you seen?
Yes,
Chernobyl?
I watched it.
Oh man,
So I was
was
actually
that not amazing?
Oh, it's one of the best shows ever.
Hell yeah.
So I was watching, or no, I was reading an article today that to this day, they have not advanced the meters. They still only go to 3.6
This is
Röntgen.
Yeah. Well, it's like it's as far as they go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Well,
like,
that's how we knew that it was all fucked up.
that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, like, bro, it's 2019 when that shit happened in the 80s.
Get a new
Like,
dosimeter.
get a fucking like.
Yeah, well, Russia also still claims that only like 4 people died.
That's
or
true.
whatever.
Yeah.
There is no like official death count because they won't say.
refuse.
They won't say. That's just Russia being Russia.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we
Talking
landed on
about
the moon.
conspiracy theories. Who's afraid of radiation nowadays?
I'm not.
After watching that,
Definitely not.
no.
Oh,
No,
I'm,
because you get it.
I am fucking am.
How can you not be?
So I did during when I was
when I went to the dentist to get my shit fixed and they had to do X-rays. I was like, Hold on, let me see your decimeter.
It's
I
only
was like,
3.6 Rutgers.
Oh, it's only 3.6 rod kit. All right, that's not great. It's not terrible. So go ahead and do the X-rays.
But what do you call it? When I did when we was watching the show, I looked up what the nearest nuclear power plant is from here, and it's not that close, or it's not that far.
Is it?
Don't they do shit at CERN all the time?
Well, did it?
Which
did
is
it-
like right
did
over
it-
here.
But it doesn't matter how far it is because didn't the Fukushima
Well,
affect like California and shit?
Isn't that like?
Yeah.
How could that like? That's your logic for it not scaring you? Is like, oh, they're over there.
No.
Do you know how far West Germany was getting
No,
radiation?
no. I'm not
fucking
saying,
kidding me?
I wasn't saying that's
Yeah.
not why I'm not scared. I said that I was scared. That's why I looked it up. But then I'm like, I mean, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die anyway. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, but that's a
Yeah,
really
except
shitty way
except
to
like
die.
a horrific like death by radiation.
Like I think that's one of the worst ways to die.
yeah,
Like, you're just
easily melting
yeah.
slowly.
Yeah, like it doesn't happen like it's not like a gunshot. To the, no, you're gonna be alive for.
Well, it's not close enough that
You'll
you're
be
gonna
alive
melt.
long enough to feel yourself melt to death.
Fukushima is on the other side of the ocean, and that shit went all the way to fucking California.
Also, you think you could just
Yeah,
Wikipedia
but-
where all of our nuclear power plants are here?
Well, there's a site. There's a
and
one
you
from the
I don't know.
it's one from the government.
But no,
Alright.
but dude,
the
there's one
government's telling
the
us.
closest one's in
Right.
Morris. It's only like
Oh, see, one thing you need to understand
Man,
about
I didn't know
30
this.
miles away.
I turned this
It's
into
not
the
that-
Joe
it's-
Rogan podcast.
No,
real
one,
quick
one,
here.
no,
Sorry.
one thing you need to understand about Junkyard, he's very whatever the government tells you. The government cannot lie.
Honestly, I can't blame him because he's in a good spot right now. See, now if the government comes for us, they're gonna your name's not on the
Yeah,
list,
because
he's
he-
always been a team player.
Yeah, he's a patsy.
You know?
He's a
Yeah,
patsy.
oh,
They
yeah.
just pat him on the head and be like, no,
yeah.
we're not doing anything wrong, and he just goes about his business.
Yeah.
Like he refuses to believe that. Oh no, the government website says this, so it's got to be right because the government said so. I'm like,
Yeah.
Junkyard.
Did you ever see the Obamacare website? That shit never went down.
Probably shouldn't believe everything the government tells you.
They're not. There's one like 30 miles away. It's not that far.
But how do you know there aren't other ones that they're not on the list? You
Because I've
don't.
never seen one.
Oh, okay.
So now they're
So
invisible.
you're just gonna be compliant, just like all the Russian citizens when their
Yeah.
government was telling them, like, oh, don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
I'm
be
gonna go
fine.
outside and look at the blast.
Yeah. Oh, the air is glowing. That's weird, right?
It tastes like metal.
Tastes like metal. tastes like pennies.
Oh, what's this smooth rock on the ground?
I don't remember eating groceries, but I taste pennies.
If you taste pennies, that's perfectly normal.
Yeah. If the rocks burn your hands in school, that's not graphite. That's impossible.
Oh yeah, no way. There's no way. It could
Have
blow
you
up.
ever have you ever seen a reactor blow up?
I've-
Exactly.
I've seen Chernobyl, so yes, I've seen.
Did you see it happen live? How do you know that? How do you know
wasn't
that wasn't
alive.
faked? How do you know that wasn't faked?
How do I know that?
How do you know that wasn't a U.S. ploy to go against the Soviets and communism?
I got an interesting perspective on that. I was talking to my dad about Chernobyl and all that
Yeah.
because he was alive during that time.
Yeah.
He said that him and Diana said that they didn't hear anything about it
Yeah, 'cause-
in the 80s.
Yeah.
That wasn't like national news or anything. Like, isn't that fucking crazy?
Well, because they did a
cover.
Well, I know they covered it up, but like, and you trust the government? Like,
Well, if you don't hear about it though, and plus, think about it, in the '80s, it was just like the news on
yeah,
TV.
I guess
like,
if you shut yourself off to it, it doesn't matter.
but the thing is, like, you only had TV news and like newspaper news, and like, if
and
you're-
in Russia they control both
right,
outlets.
Right.
So like, it's not like you're gonna hear about. Like now, you hear about everything because it's like you have the internet, you got your fucking phone, you get notifications and shit. Like, you got
I don't know.
Facebook.
I think I only really trust like Twitter.
What about Facebook?
No.
No,
That's not
Facebook.
that.
Face-
Why is Twitter more trustworthy than Facebook?
Because it's faster and you get more first-hand accounts on Twitter, I think. So like you'll see stuff happen in real time, whereas like the news, it's like has a minute to be controlled,
And Facebook just a bunch of twats.
right?
Like you?
Yeah, I would know how much fake shit I post. It's ridiculous. People eat it up.
Anyway, so yeah, the closest nuclear reactor is actually only like really close, so we would die if it blew up.
Well, also living in Chicago, we're like number one spot to be like nuked or anything if we were
for
to
sure.
be attacked.
Yeah.
Great Lakes,
Not number one.
all
We're
that.
probably like number three because I feel like
being in the top 5 is not good.
Yeah. I mean, that's your way of making your. Nah, we're like number 3.
it's like if they nuke New York, it's time to leave because they're coming here next. If they nuke L.A., you're next. You're literally next. It's time to go.
well, right.
Where to New York?
I don't, I don't see why we wouldn't be number one. They would cut us in half.
Yeah.
Because it's too far. Like by the time they get here, it's like the shit's already like deployed.
We don't care already. We would already be dead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. But no, you're right because you got the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
And
We have the largest
and,
freshwater source in the planet.
and Chicago also has like just like the area like the airports and it's just it is it's
It
like
is the busiest airport in the world, I think,
yeah.
or at least in the U.S.
Yeah.
You know that's why all the interstates in Chicago, I think most of them close to the airport. Like there can't be bridges too close together after a certain. There has to be a certain between certain miles. You have to have a certain amount of open space, and that's what they use to land emergency aircrafts in the event that like the airport's out of commission. So
They're
that's
gonna
why
land
so
on a bridge?
So that's why some of the main streets like that you pass by, they're like, why is there no bridge? It's a fucking main street, but there's a bridge for some shitty ass street that down there, and that's because not because they don't want to do it, it's because they have to have that area open in case they need to use it as a.
So that's why it's a shitty street.
Yeah.
Nobody uses.
Wow.
That's why they have to use it as a landing strip.
Very interesting.
So do you guys hope the apocalypse happens in your lifetime?
No.
Or no.
No.
I hope that if it does, it's towards the end of my life when I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I really don't care. I don't have that much life left anyway, so it'd be kind of cool to see. But
I feel like there would be solace in being like, all right, we're all going down.
yeah,
No, because like, I kind of think like when I think of apocalypse, I think like World War Z. Maybe not necessarily zombies, but like the panic and shit. Like, do you remember that movie? Did you watch World War Z?
yeah.
No.
You don't watch World War Z with Brad
No,
Pitt?
I didn't care. It looked bad.
No, it was really good.
Okay.
It was decent.
Yeah, it was a very good movie.
It was no 28 days later.
Sure.
Now there's a
And
zombie movie. you can
I'm
set the
burnt
flag
out
to.
on zombies.
Well, yeah, but this was like this
Are you
was
kidding me?
this
Have you
was peak
seen Walking
zombies.
Dead season 9?
Oh my god. I'm gonna pretend you're being facetious.
No,
right now.
I heard that
Actually,
Walking Dead's going back.
no spoilers. No spoilers.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it
I
either.
think the last one I saw was season 5.
Rick dies and
6.
Carl dies and Michonne dies.
Fuck! Didn't I just say spoiler alert? God
But
damn it.
I hear that it's coming back. It's like
Yeah.
getting better. Anyway, that's besides the point. It's not Walking.
Well-
It's not a Walking Dead podcast.
Well, what happened was like everyone that watched it originally, like, is just got tired of it, so that everybody just stopped watching it. So the ratings just took a shit. But the
Well,
show
they got new showrunners.
But the show went on so long that they had time to pick up a whole new audience.
Right.
That's why it's going up.
No, they got rid of their old showrunners and got new showrunners, and that's why.
Right. And then but you know the comic book ended, right? Too. They canceled it.
Yeah.
So they're out of material. And they are already like caught up. Like I don't watch the show, but I read like I don't know, IGN or whatever, and they always like talk about it. So it's like they're pretty close to the end.
Yeah, they're probably
of,
gonna
like,
end
the
it soon.
thing.
Yeah, like you said, what's his face is gone, so Rick's still on.
Spoiler alert, fuckers!
Dude, it was all over the fucking news that he was leaving.
Didn't I just say spoiler
You
alert?
just hurt his feelings. Come on.
You're not gonna watch it. Shut up.
Yes, I am.
Well, watch it. Who gives a
Don't
fuck?
waste your time.
Yes,
Go
He's
watch,
doing you a
go, wa-
favor.
go watch Everwood for like the 100th time.
I'm gonna. Everwood is a
Or
great
Gilmore-
show.
What the hell
Gilmore
is
Girls.
Everwood?
Huh?
Some
You watch Gilmore Girls?
Some CW show. He loves
With
Gilmore.
Emily Van Camp, Chris Pratt. That's how he got to start.
Go watch Gossip Girl again.
Gossip Girl was great. Actually, I'm rewatching 90210, like the original.
Oh my
90210.
god.
Man,
Man, that show has
I thought
aged,
I was a nerd.
That show has aged
Jesus.
pretty well, I must say.
Luke Perry was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. FYI,
I know.
So he was also in Riverdale. Great show, by the way.
he's dead.
I know.
The Archie comic.
Yeah, that is a great fucking show. I only watched
He
it
loves
because
all CW shows.
people
God.
kept telling me that I people
You
kept
are
telling me
from
like
Chicago.
people keep telling me like that I remind them of Archie Andrews, so I had to watch
No,
Riverdale
you
to see
don't.
what the fuck they were talking about. And I could see why. Like I could see why they would see I emulate that
No,
persona.
you don't.
Like the hero.
No.
So like yeah, I can
Probably
see
more
that.
like Mr. Weathersby.
Such a fucking hater. When I started watching One Tree Hill, I'm like, I watched
my
One Tree Hill
God.
because
Because he looked like Lee Norris.
people people tell me that I remind them of Chad Michael Murray.
No.
And he's like, no, you're more like Lee Norris.
Yeah.
I'm like that twat.
Like Minkus from Boy Meets
Minkus.
World.
One Tree.
Boy Meets
Hill.
World. That's
Oh
another
my
great
God.
show.
I'm watching Boy Meets World again.
Hey, One Tree Hill is a great show. Tell them how great it is.
One Tree Hill was pretty good.
Take your word for it,
It had sexy baby girls. That's why I watched it.
man.
Gossip Girl is also a pretty good show.
Gossip Girl wasn't terrible. The only reason I watched these two shows because my ex-girlfriend used to watch them, and like I would sit down and do my homework while she was watching them, and then like when I,
Yeah,
like
it's the only reason I watched them. Too.
it like little by little got like embedded, like from being in the background so much, and then like I started knowing what was going on, and I started watching it.
Yeah, same reason for me.
Bullshit. You,
Al-
you
also-
watched it because you wanted to.
Also, the 90210 reboot, not this reboot, but the first reboot, that was actually pretty good. I know everyone shits on it.
Because it's not the original.
I mean, I'm watching the original. The original is actually holds up pretty well, but
Just,
like,
why does
why can't people just enjoy shit?
why does everybody shit on the new Power Rangers movie? It's
That's just
fantastic.
me.
Wait,
That's
is it the
terrible.
one that just came out recently?
Yeah.
Wait, which one? There's a new one, or
No, the one that just came out with Becky G.
oh, Becky G. That was a great fucking movie.
Oh,
That was
God.
a-
I am
that-
excited
That's what
for.
that's what I told him. I want can't wait for a second one to come out.
Exactly.
But I don't know if they're gonna make a second one. I need a sequel. I need to know what happens next. I need to see.
I thought
I
they
need
were
to see the Green Ranger.
I thought they were gonna come out with like a whole Power Rangers universe.
Yeah, but they
like,
didn't.
A la MCU, which they already fucked up, but whatever.
They're doing that in the comics, from what I hear.
What, the Power Rangers?
Power Rangers having a Power Rangers universe and all that.
Well, there's a video game called like there's a Power Rangers
That's
game.
a fighting game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. I heard.
But I need another movie. I need one more movie.
One more.
One more.
One more movie.
Then you're
Like
good?
what?
Power Rangers.
Oh, Power Rangers.
I need a sequel.
Yeah, I think we're okay with
No.
that. I think society is like
I
they're
think-
like
I think
we
I would watch
judged
it.
it and we're like, sorry.
It was better
We'll
than the original
we'll
movie.
we'll let the actor who played Tommy or whatever, Jason, like kickstart his
Stranger Things?
White Ranger movie, and that'll be what you'll get, and it'll be fine.
Well, the guy from Stranger, like, look at all the actors that came out. You got the dude from Stranger Things.
Which dude?
David
Oh.
Harbour.
No. The Max's brother. I know his real name.
Oh.
Dacre Montgomery.
Max.
Oh, the one plays
Oh.
Billy.
Billy.
Oh, that guy.
What about him?
He's the Red Ranger in the Power Rangers movie.
Oh, I thought he looked familiar.
You have Becky G, who's the Yellow Ranger, right?
Becky G.
Don't know who that is.
Amazing.
She's a singer.
You don't know who that is? Have you heard singing in the shower?
Have you ever heard?
I mean, we'd play it, but we'd get
Pulled.
flagged. So we'll play it after the podcast.
we
for our
do.
listeners-
We get pulled all the time.
For our listeners, Becky G
Sexy as fuck.
singing in the shower.
Anyway,
That's one of her very earlier songs.
so
Not as sexy as her recent stuff, but
she's sexy as fuck.
worth a listen.
Anyway,
I love me some Becky G.
the
Word.
chick that plays Jasmine in Aladdin, the new Charlie's Angels. She's in the new Charlie's Angels. She's in also part. She's Kimberly in the Pink Ranger.
You know, a movie I saw recently that was pretty good. Detective Pikachu.
I downloaded it, but I haven't legally. I paid for it and downloaded it.
I also
I saw it in
legally
theaters.
paid for it.
Was it good?
I liked
Well,
it. I thought it was interesting.
as a lifelong Pokemon fan, it was interesting and nice to see them rendered through CGI and practical effects. That being said, the acting and like the story was like bad, but you know it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
So
So I have not a gripe, but more of a complaint. So I was talking about Kimberly from Power Rangers. She's coming to the new Charlie's Angels.
The original Kimberly? Amy Jo Johnson?
No, not Amy Jo Johnson. The from the new Power Rangers.
Who didn't have a crush on her?
I did. I fucking loved Amy Jo Johnson. Not her though. The Kimberly, the one that played Jasmine in the new Aladdin,
Okay.
the remake or
Yeah.
the live action.
The POC Kimberly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she is gonna be in the new Charlie's Angels with her. I forget who the other chick is, and then that stupid ugly bitch from Twilight. The fuck's her name? Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
Fuck her.
what?
Okay.
Why?
He has some strong feelings about
Stupid
Kristen
ugly
Stewart.
bitch.
Yeah.
Jesus
Stupid
fucking
ugly.
Christ,
Like,
dude.
She's
He-
first of all.
He talks about like as if she broke up with him or
I
something.
know.
First of all, she's always got that stupid surly ass
She
look
never
on her
dated
face.
him, by the way. She's gay. So
Oh, if you could tell. Anyway,
Clearly. Clearly.
she's got fucking that stupid surly look on her face. Like she's always like.
Don't you mean
She
don't
looks-
I think he means sultry.
No, no, surly, as in she never smiles. She always looks like someone shat in her fucking cereal. Like, fucking
she
bitch.
never smiles.
No, she rarely like look like even.
Are you
if
like a
she-
Republican?
like this. Like,
Why should she smile?
Right.
That's very
Like-
sexist of you.
That is really sexist. of
no,
you.
not because she's a female, just because like everybody smiles. Like even once in a while, or just
Not everybody
or-
doesn't smile.
Fine, you just necessarily have
What
to
are you
smile.
talking about?
She doesn't have to smile, but she just has to take that ugly fucking look off her face. How's that? Like, Jesus Christ! Like
You have some very strong feelings.
I
about
do. Fuck Kristen Stewart.
What if she said the same shit about you?
Well, fuck her. Like, and then she's ruining one of my
She'd be like Junkyard in his dumb fucking face. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Fuck him and his podcast.
Charlie's Angel. Like Charlie's Angels for me. Like I used to like it was before my time, but I watched it as a kid because it was always on like what was that? What's that one channel that has all the old shows?
Me too.
Yeah, like that. It was like that. Like I used to watch Hogan's Heroes. I used to watch fucking Charlie's Angels. I used to watch Good Times. Like, and I was a huge fan of Jacqueline Smith. Jacqueline Smith. It was Farrah Fawcett. Jacqueline Smith, right?
I don't
Was
know
the other
who
one
the
Charlie's
original
Angels? Anyway, She was sexy as fuck. Okay, and I love Charlie's Angels. And then they made the remake with Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore. Cameron Diaz, meh. Lucy Liu's sexy as fuck, and Drew Barrymore was tolerable.
And it had Crispin Glover,
It did have Crispin fucking
Crispin Glover.
who went on to do Willard.
right.
He did go on to do Willard. I've seen all of those movies in theaters.
Oh, and it had Bill Murray.
Dad Bill Murray.
So I mean, those were serviceable movies. And then you gotta go and ruin it with fucking Kristen Stewart. You couldn't have picked a better looking actress.
I think that your gripe is unfounded. I think that
It's not a gripe; it's a complaint.
I think the complaint is
I think
is terrible.
I think you need to
I
give
think,
it.
I think the movie
What
itself
if-
looks awful.
I think you need
the
to-
whole thing.
I think you need to give it a chance. I think
No.
you need to give her a chance.
I do not know. The only reason I watched Twilight, I was able to bear it, was because I was forced to. But
Twilight had the best werewolves. To
she
this
was-
day, I will stand by that statement.
she was the worst part of fucking Twilight. Like,
Twilight had better werewolves than True Blood. The only other werewolves that were
What about American Werewolf in London?
he never saw it. It was before.
no.
It was before 2000.
I saw American Werewolf.
hasn't watched anything
Shut
before
the fuck
2000.
up, junkyard. I saw American Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah, that was after 2000. That was
Yeah.
post 2000.
Yeah,
Do you,
American
everything
Werewolf in
pre
London is
don't even
great.
mention anything pre 2000 because you
Look,
never saw it.
Oh man,
Shut
that's
the fuck
fucked
up,
up.
junkyard. Shut the fuck up. All right, you may be right, but
Back to
I
the
don't like that you
Future?
assume.
Man, there's so many good movies.
He watched it
before
because
2000.
I showed it to him.
Did you know that Crispin Glover is not in Back to the Future 2?
It was like somebody else.
Yeah, that
They
I do know.
they used his facial mold of his old self from Back to the Future 1 and put it on somebody else, and then used like voice clips of him. And Crispin Glover ended up suing them, and his what's it called, his suit or whatever went so far that it changed all the rules in Hollywood, like all of the like the likeness rights in Hollywood because of that.
Damn.
Because he.
Why,
Cause they
why
used his
wasn't he in the
likeness?
second one?
Yeah.
He just didn't want to be in it, or
Yeah, he had disagreements with the ending of Back to the Future 1. He did not think that Marty McFly should have, him and his family should have gotten a monetary reward. He thought that the reward and the message should have been like love triumphs over all, and not if you do like not if you face your fears, like you will be monetarily like rewarded with like a new Jeep and like a better home.
oh yeah, because he did get a Jeep. Why did he get a Jeep?
Because of his.
Because his dad ends up not being a square and writes a fucking book, and then they make a bunch of money off it or whatever, which is like, I don't know. There's a whole interview about it. You can look it up one of these days.
I
It's,
think I
it's,
will.
it's interesting. It's
'Cause
like
when I
it's,
saw it, I
it's, a,
think-
it's a 15-minute interview.
Look at
with
this.
him.
Look at this
Because
surly
when
ass cunt.
Because
right
when I
there.
saw it,
Ew,
damn,
dude.
junkyard.
Look at that. Look at that surly ass bitch.
I don't know. She
I
looks like
thi-
a person
I
who
thi-
makes a lot more money than all three of us.
She is, and that's
I
what's wrong
think-
with Hollywood.
I think you need to give her a chance.
Fuck her.
I think you need to give that movie a chance. Like I think you need to go in with.
Oh, that new movie that she's in actually looks pretty good.
No.
The deep one.
I think you need to go into this movie,
the
junkyard.
Terror or
Charlie's
whatever.
Angels. You need to go into this with an open mind and an open heart.
You
And
know,
she
I
may
actually kinda
surprise
like
you.
her. She's pretty cool.
No. And she
I
got-
like her more than
and when she
Junkyard
opens
does
her,
not like
and then when
her.
she opens her mouth, she's got like these horse teeth. So that's probably why she doesn't smile, because she has horse teeth.
I mean, I'm not one to talk about
And
teeth, so
Right.
she's-
I can't really speak to that. My girl's all fucked up,
She can go.
so I'm okay. I'm okay with her teeth.
Yeah, her teeth are fine.
Yeah, her
She
teeth
can
are
go.
fine.
She can go suck a vampire dick.
She
How about
actually
that?
did.
I think that you hate her so much that I kind of think that you have a crush on her,
Nope, sure
and you're
don't.
mad that she's gay.
I,
Yeah,
didn't-
it's
I
all-
honestly,
it-
honestly did not know she was gay
like
till
you're.
now.
It sounds
Yeah,
like you're in love with her.
Like
really.
it sounds like you're scorn.
No,
It does.
It sounds like you've had this like you're in love
It
with
sounds
her,
like you've been writing her letters every day, and she has not gotten back to you.
and you're just pissed and fed up, and then you find out like she's like not into you and never will be
I
into you.
honestly didn't know she was lesbian until right now. So you. said
You're like
something.
you're like that guy that like when he goes up to a girl and asks her out and she's like no thank you. She's like well fuck you then bitch.
Right.
That's what you were being.
Those
right
are
now,
those
Jonathan.
vibes. I'm getting those
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
I'm getting those vibes.
Like-
Those insole vibes.
Yeah, you're that guy that would like be like where's my hug type of guy. You don't want to be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy, junkyard. You're that guy right now.
I'm not that guy.
You're
She-
that guy that like there's a group of friends and the girl's giving hugs and you're like oh where's my hug like no.
she-
No,
she's-
don't be
And
that
then,
guy.
and then when you don't get
Nobody
it,
likes that guy.
and then
either.
nobody and then when you don't get your hug, you're like, well, fuck that bitch.
Right.
No,
Mm,
junkyard. You
no.
need to be better than that.
Yeah. You just can't smell
Be-
yourself.
Be better.
You know.
Just be better, junkyard. Be
She's
better.
a fucking twat. I don't care what you say. Anyway, let's it's enough. This is not a movie podcast.
It's not because if it was, we'd get canceled.
Matrix 4. What do you guys think about that?
Ooh, I
Whoa.
am very, very excited. When I heard that, I thought it was like at first I thought it was like one of those like bullshit like because you know how they always say
Yeah,
this
yeah,
movie's
yeah.
in route or
The
in
new Bill
talk.
and Ted.
But when
I
I,
don't know.
saw,
I've been having discussions about this for the past couple days since the news dropped, and I'm sorry if I sound like everybody else, but it's like I'm sick of fucking sequels, man. Just who cares? Those movies were great. We don't need another one.
I wouldn't say they were all great.
See-
The first two were good. The third
Whatever.
one was
It doesn't
bleh.
matter.
you're right,
It
you're
doesn't
right.
matter what
I-
you
I-
think.
I
how about
agree.
how about a new movie with
See,
Keanu Reeves?
I agree, but I'm the type of person.
John Wick is a great example. New IP, and they took it well, and it's still going strong. And they keep making sequels to that. It's
Fast
fine.
and Furious.
Fast and Furious. Well, maybe not that, but
What?
I'm talking.
They should forever make Fast and Furious.
Dog, they
movies.
should forever make Fast and Furious movies. I've seen all of them in theaters. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that. How about start a new interesting IP
So
instead of
this
going
is the
back to the
this,
Matrix?
This is the problem with
He dies at the end of 3. Spoilers. Sorry. So does Trinity. They're both in this new one.
maybe it's a prequel.
Who cares?
So
Or
my
maybe-
I'm like this. I'm gonna like begrudgingly go see it because I'm gonna go see it because it's the Matrix.
But you're
4
but you're
and
gonna have
Keanu
like,
Reeves.
but you're gonna have a sour.
But I'm gonna have a sourpuss face about it
Yeah.
because it could be a new Keanu Reeves movie that could be awesome instead of that.
so my
And
thing
also,
is,
only one Wachowski sibling is in on it. I'm
Because-
skeptical already.
because the other
I'm
one's a
skeptical.
female now, right? She's
Yeah,
gender?
Lana became. One of them is now Lana Wachowski.
Yeah.
okay.
But that's not why I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical because the two of them worked on the trilogy and
Right.
only one of them is coming back. So
So it'll only be half as good.
right.
So the thing with that though is like people like the Hollywood does make new shit, but nobody watches it. Nobody cares. People only want to watch trilogies
Well, society
and
needs
shit like
to
that.
change.
You're right.
Danny.
You're right.
Instead of watching Power Rangers 5 for the 10th time, how about we get some new shit going here?
I mean,
how about you go appreciate some new shit?
You're right. I do appreciate all sorts of new shit, but you know, I mean, I
Go see Kristen Stewart's next movie.
Fuck Kristen Stewart.
Not Charlie's Angels, the one where she's underwater.
Kristen Stewart can go fuck herself. How about that?
She probably would.
Yeah, she would. Fuck her. Anyway, that's not my gripes.
I have no gripe with Kristen Stewart.
No, me either. I
I
think
don't.
she's great.
I don't think she's gonna win an Academy Award or.
She
fucking-
might. She's young.
I don't think she will.
She definitely is.
But
not ever
I
gonna
don't
win
hate her
one.
You
for
never
it.
know. You
I
never
mean,
know.
she fills a certain role that Hollywood needs, and I don't think she's
She's making a
that
resurgence. 2 movies coming out pretty soon. That's a resurgence, but
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to our crazy news story.
Can you say comeback?
No,
I can.
don't call it a comeback. Booty call blaze. Woman allegedly torches house after man falls asleep, leaving her stranded. So this is pretty hilarious. A woman allegedly set fire to a man's house after he invited her over for sex, but then fell asleep, leaving her stranded outside. Tyja Russell, 29, from Gloucester, New Jersey, in the U.S., allegedly set fire to the house after sending the man in question an angry text message. The New York Daily News reports, "You wasted my money to come out here," she allegedly wrote. "I see you want to die." Police arrested the woman last Tuesday and charged her with attempted homicide, aggravated arson, aggravated assault, endangering or creating substantial risk of death, and criminal mischief. The man told authorities he woke up to discover his house was on fire and he had missed 8 phone calls from Russell. When police discovered him, he was covered head to toe in soot and ash, the New York Post reports.
How the fuck do you fall asleep through that?
The house and its contents were destroyed. He told police Russell was a side chick with whom he had casual sexual relationship. She remains in police custody.
I like how they put side chick in quotations. She was a side chick.
All right.
Fair.
So this bitch burned his house down like fucking
He should've-
Left Eye from
Fair.
TLC.
He
He,
Should've-
he shouldn't have fallen asleep.
He should.
He-
He should have treated her better.
Yeah, that's
He
fucked.
He should have like at least Venmo her $20 for an Uber.
If this lady's, if you know somebody, like he should know, right, that she would be crazy enough to set his house on fire.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah, but he's just trying to fuck, and he probably was trying to get his dick wet, and he just like fell asleep, man.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
Well, there's
And he paid
consequences.
for it,
There's
yeah.
consequences when you do that.
Right. You
Yeah,
can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, but you don't get your. I don't think that deserves you to get your fucking house burned down.
Well, nobody's saying that's right. Just saying, you should kind of be on the lookout.
For your fucking girl.
You're trying to get your dick wet. You're taking a nap here. You're missing 8 phone calls. You're fucked, dude. 8? That's a lot, man. Take that shit off vibrate. What are you doing? What does she live like 3 hours away? Like, what, are you taking a bath? Like, come on.
No, man. Dude, people get sleepy. I get sleepy. You get sleepy, right?
Yeah, but I don't fall asleep through a fucking fire.
Right.
Have you ever been in fire? Mamba could tell you that his whole family was sleeping during the fire. Remember, he saved their lives.
That is true. He did save their lives.
Mamba saved his family's life. They were sleeping. The fire started, and he woke up. And it's like, oh shit, there's a fire, and he got everybody out of the house.
I think it's totally easy to sleep through a fire. I feel like I've like jokingly said that I would probably die in a fire because I'm such a brick like sleep.
Me too. I would
I'm
definitely
not a
die in
heavy
the fire.
sleeper.
I'm such a heavy sleeper.
Well, it depends how drunk I am too. So
Anyway, excuse me. Let's
Oh,
go ahead. Let me
there's more of these.
Let me do my
Hell
gripe.
no, motherfuckers!
Wake the fuck up.
I'm assuming you guys don't have any gripes, right? Do you have another gripe?
yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're in Hawaii. We're just checking out in Maui. There's a street called Front Street. That's where like
Is there a back street?
probably, but Front
Alright.
Street's where it's popping. Think of Front Street as like the Bourbon Street of like New Orleans. Like that's where all the shops are, all
Yeah.
the like fancy
Ooh,
restaurants.
I got a grape after this.
Okay.
So we go to this restaurant. It's called Pie Artisan or Pie something. It's a pizza place, and basically
Was it good?
it was actually really good. But my gripe is that so you go there and you can order like pizzas off their menus. Like you get a personal like brick oven pizza, or they give you like a little sheet. You can build your own. So you can choose the crust. You can choose all the ingredients, and they had some pretty like cool shit. So I got like
what was cool?
so it was like I got the I forgot what they call the crust. It was like a special crust,
What was the name of the guy who cooked your pizza?
a special sauce.
Yeah, shout out to the pizza guy.
Shout out to Jose. So I picked the crust, I picked my sauce, and then I had like basil, I had like 3 cheeses, I had like shiitake mushrooms, I had truffle oil,
Oh,
I had
truffle oil.
I think it was like green olives, some type of like special sauce, like some sauces that they make there,
Yeah.
and pepperoni, and so anyway, but all this is like a la carte, so you got to pay for these.
Right. How much is it per topping? Like $1?
No, it's like 2 or
Holy
3.
fuck,
Yeah.
that's
So
expensive.
basically my
How much was your personal pizza? Like $50?
no, it was close. It was maybe like 30 something.
Holy fuck! For how big was the pizza?
It was like
Oh,
Jeez, $30 for a fucking pizza that size?
Dude,
Jesus
you had that
Christ.
many toppings on it.
I knew what I was getting myself into.
Gee, fuck
So
that.
so my gripe is look, I know it's expensive. I saw the fucking prices. I'm not a
Right.
fucking idiot. So when we get there, I'm like, she gives you a little sheet and you check off everything you want.
Right.
So I gave it to her, and she's like, "Oh, are you sure this is what you want?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh, are you sure? Because this is like a $30 pizza." I'm like, "Bitch, I know what I ordered. Like, don't you assume that I can't afford a pizza?" Like that was like, ugh.
So she really questioned that you. I would have just been like, all right, cool. And I would have just went.
She didn't question it, but the way she said it, I didn't like the way she said it. She's like, "Oh, like this is like it's gonna be like a $30."
We don't have any chorizo here. Is that what you said? Was she wearing a red hat?
Oh, I did see 2 MAGA hats there.
Ooh.
They're from tourists.
Yeah.
They're fucking twats. One of the some kid was wearing a hat when he was walking down a cliff. I could have just easily just kind of pushed him over a little bit, but I'm not that type of guy. But yeah, I was a little slighted. I was like, how dare you assume that I can't afford a $30
Did you whip out your
pizza?
Goldman Sachs Apple credit card?
Well, I have the Apple credit card, but I didn't at the time. Because it's invitation only.
Yeah.
And when I got the invite, I got the email the day I left to Hawaii. So I applied for it, and I could use it because as soon as you apply, you get it, and you can use
Right,
it.
you approve it.
You get approved. It gets added to your Apple Wallet, and you can just start using it right away. And then like a week later, they mail you one right away. And when I got back, like it was already there.
Is it as cool looking as the gold or as the American Express Gold?
It's
card?
heavier. The American Express Gold Card
me see it.
weighs
Do you have it?
13.7 grams. This Apple Card is 14.2.
Ooh, I want to see it. Oh, ooh, it is heavy.
So it's titanium
Wow.
etched, Goldman Sachs. So the thing is, what's cool about it is that there is no credit card number on there.
Right.
There is
I mean,
not.
one exists, but they don't put on there. You can only view it on your phone.
Let me see it.
And basically, if you ever need like if you lose the card or something happens, like if this card gets identity thieved, they just change the number. You don't have to actually change the card.
Oh,
Oh. Neat.
I don't know. It doesn't feel the same as the.
Well, I'm telling you,
Let me see the.
I have both, so
let
it's
me see
not the same.
Amex.
This is American Express. You have this one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Amex
Ooh.
rose
so
gold.
It's got a little.
That does have a little weight, but that one is a little heavier because I looked up the dimensions and the specs.
Well, I see.
Right, right.
I got a scale upstairs. I'm gonna
Oh,
weigh
you
it.
got-
Yeah.
Oh, they feel pretty close to me.
No, they are. I mean, we're talking about like less than a gram of difference, you know. So yeah, they're gonna feel the same.
Hear
Raised
the
lettering,
clanking?
Yeah.
phone.
So what I like about the Apple one is that they give you 2% back on all purchases.
Is there an annual fee on this bitch?
No annual fee. So 2% back on all purchases. I don't know if that's a promotional thing because from what I saw, I was reading like from the promotional stuff. It said 1%, but I don't know if they give you 2% intro because and the thing is, you get it right away as Apple Cash. So Apple Cash is like, don't fucking throw it. So Apple Cash is like it goes to your Apple Wallet, and then you can use that to pay for shit that anyone takes Apple Pay or just transfer it to your bank directly.
So you can only have this if you have a
yeah.
iPhone?
Yeah. So
They're not going to make it like, oh, anybody can get the
No.
Apple card.
No, who the fuck? First of all, no. Why Apple is not gonna sully their
It's a fucking
brand
credit card.
by having Android users fucking use it? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because first of all, Android's
First of all,
superior.
Yeah.
And-
The look. The reason I got it is because I like the fact that
Because
it's
you're a
exclusive.
fuckboy?
I like the fact that this is exclusive.
Because you're a fuckboy
I like the
and
fact-
an eye lemming. I get it.
I
Okay,
like the
yeah.
fact
Mhm.
that random twats with fucking Samsungs can't get this card. That's what I like about it. Okay.
You're a fuckboy that loves Apple. I get it. And it's a dick rider.
So
Apple dick rider.
So anyway,
got
what's
it.
cool about it? 2% cash back, but you don't have to. You don't
My
have to.
Discover card has that too. By the way.
But you don't have to wait at the end of the month for your. You get it like as soon as you make the purchase, that shit just pops in your Apple Wallet right away, and you can transfer it to your bank or use it for.
So
whatever.
what if you don't fucking pay your bill? That's stupid.
That you gotta? Of course, it's gonna take the shit out of your bank account.
That's retarded. Because like most credit cards don't give you the actual
Yeah.
credit till you pay your fucking
Yeah,
bill.
but you know.
Because you know why? Because that's smart.
No, you know what? They only approve people with good credit. So people with
Just
good
'cause-
credit
just-
aren't gonna fuck it over.
Most credit cards only approve people with good
Right.
credit.
No, I trust me. I've gotten some cards I should never have gotten.
Yeah, I have gotten. I only got like one or two cards I've never gotten. But
But anyway, we're not talking about Android users here, okay? Apple users pay their fucking bills. That's why we have iPhones.
bro, I've met a lot of fucking Mamba's an Apple user. That motherfucker don't pay shit.
You know what? He's not here to defend himself, so I can neither confirm nor deny your allegation.
I know a lot of Apple users that don't pay their shit.
I
But they
bet
got fucking dude. They got
they pay their shit more
they
than
got
Android
they got
users do.
iPhones on Boost Mobile. You tell me that those motherfuckers are trustworthy?
No,
I don't
yeah,
think
for
so.
real. You
So
see
anyway-
I don't
people
think
walking.
so.
You see people driving around like a '96 Ford Taurus, busting out their fucking like iPhone X10. You know?
Yeah. What are you rocking there? Is it an iPhone?
No, it's a fucking.
There you go.
It's a Moto.
All right,
Moto
Android.
Z.
See, 2 out of the 3 people here.
Do you want to see mine? It is an iPhone XS Max, 512 gig.
He doesn't care.
No, I don't care.
Nobody cares.
No,
You know-
I really don't give a shit. I mean, I use my phone for like it's got a nice camera, video quality is fast. It's modular, so it's got this battery pack
Oh,
that I
yeah,
bought
yeah,
for
yeah.
it. So it's always at 200%. So this motherfucker lasts forever.
Let me see.
So I
That's
like
pretty
it.
cool.
Why is it so? Oh, it's a brick. This shit is fucking disgusting, bro.
Dude, compared to yours literally weighs more than
It
mine.
weighs more, but it's thinner.
No, it's not. It's like it's literally as thick. Look at this shit. It's as thick.
Do you have a case on yours?
Look at this dumbass stuff. No, I don't have a case.
Okay, well, I do have a
and
case.
scratch proof.
Let me take it out of the case
Dog.
for you. I'm gonna take it out of the case, so you can
No, please.
So you can marvel.
I wouldn't want to get my
You can
fingerprints on
marvel
it.
at the beauty. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Please don't get your fingerprints on it, okay? Look at that. Look at that back. Look at that. That's just like the design.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Amazing.
Look at this. Look at, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's the jitterbug.
It's 20. It's For those who don't know, Jitterbug is that phone for like little kids.
Hello.
It has 3 buttons: mom, dad, and like emergency or something.
I'm fine with my jitterbug. That's
Yeah.
okay. You
I'm-
can sit
I'm-
there and like your stylish little phone. I'll sit
Oh,
here.
I love my
you
stylish
know,
phone.
when it runs out of battery.
I am
you know,
all-
I'll make calls for you.
I
That's
am
cool.
I am all in the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, because he's a fuckboy. It's cool. He is the head fuckboy.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like right when you came in, it's like I could already tell your whole life story. You know, color your clothes. You know, the sunglasses. You know, I could have said that you had an Apple phone and an Apple credit card. Honestly,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is the
And the thing
epitome
is,
of the fuckboys.
I don't need an Apple credit card. I really don't. But it's the exclusivity. The fact that
It's not gonna be that exclusive sooner or later.
The fact that
Everybody's gonna have a fucking Apple credit
The
card in
fact-
like a month.
yeah,
yeah.
I can tell you who can't have an Apple credit card and who will not have an Apple credit card in a month. Those are twats with fucking Androids.
I bet you I could get a fucking Apple credit card.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm gonna go buy an iPhone, get the Apple credit card, and sell that bitch.
Well, actually, first you have to wait because it's not open to the masses yet.
I bet you I get one.
Nope, because you didn't sign up early.
I don't have to sign up for it. I'll get one.
Good luck. Good luck even getting an invitation to apply for an Apple credit card. Right? Good
Bro.
luck with that.
Bro, my credit's so good. Dude, when a credit card company sees my name, they're fucking. It's like the juices start flowing. They get wet, and they start like, like pussy wet. Like
No, please be more descriptive.
Hold on. No, Junk.
Continue.
Please. I didn't. Under-
they need wet floor sides.
When-
Of
when you-
how wet they get.
when you said wet, I had no idea that you meant pussy wet. So I love that you had to like explain that
Yes,
part to us.
Yes. So
Jesus Christ.
they see my name, dude. Goldman Sachs would be fucking like just drooling for me. With my
Fuck
credit
Goldman
score.
Sachs. Fuck the banks. Credit's made up.
That's true. Fuck the banks. It's all about Bitcoin. Bitcoin
Whatever.
is the future.
You haven't
Whatever.
even bought any Bitcoin recently.
It's all about survival of the fittest.
I had bought some recently.
Have you?
Now's the time to buy.
It was time to
'Cause
buy
it's, like,
like,
terrible.
10 years ago.
When you wake up in the morning and you want to shit yourself, that's when you buy. Because you don't buy when it's at 20,000. You buy when it's at fucking 10,000.
And wait till it hits 20,000.
Exactly. Then you
No,
just ride
that's
the
dumb
wave.
too. You got to buy servers and mine your own Bitcoin like a G.
Well, you can do that, but that's not profitable.
He said,
No, what you waste in resources, it's not. Unless
Waste
Anyway.
of resources. Talking about spending $10,000 on Bitcoin right now.
yes.
Anyway, that was your
Hell
gripe.
no,
Went from
motherfuckers!
pizza to fucking Apple
Oh, yeah.
and whatever.
Oh yeah, I
Anyway,
got a gripe.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just found out my buddy, we'll call him Tim. That's his real name. He
Because
We
fuck
don't
'em.
use real names here.
we
but
don't
yeah.
use real names here.
That's fine. You
Or
already-
whatever. We'll call
I
him
don't
Tim.
give a- we don't give a fuck.
He got he ain't
Nobody
know
knows
who
who Tim is.
So
Tim's a very general name.
he
anyway.
got engaged last month.
What's his last
right?
name?
Shut up.
What's the social security number?
339. So he got engaged last month. When we're all in a group chat together, like me and my 13 other friends or whatever. So of course he announced like, "Hey guys, I got some news. We're me and my fiance we decided on a date. We're getting married January 5th, 2020, which is in 4 months from now
Yeah.
in New Orleans.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Yeah, don't you think that's a little too soon to have a away wedding? After-
4 months is a slow.
Yeah.
It's too short notice. For,
I mean, I've never
for,
I've never been I haven't been married, but I have worked as a wedding consultant.
Have you ever been to a wedding?
I have been to weddings.
Have
Have you ever been invited to a
I've
wedding?
been invited to plenty of weddings.
Okay, how soon do you get invitations to weddings?
Probably about a year.
Yeah,
About a year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most I think. I mean, like the soonest would probably be like 7 or 8 months.
But they've been planning it for longer. They just
Right.
sent out the invitations at that time. But you're
Oh,
right.
yeah, well, usually, then you get like.
But you're right.
Save
So-
the date
Yeah.
Right.
But you're
Save
right.
the date.
So
Yeah.
you got to save the date
4 months ago,
for
or 4 months.
to
No,
get-
I'm sorry, 4 months before
Right.
the wedding.
Right.
Well, that should be fun.
That's my grade.
New Orleans is amazing.
New Orleans is amazing. This will be the third time I'll be in New Orleans in a year's span.
Ooh.
I've been twice this
So
year.
you're gonna go?
already
You should boycott. Fuck that.
Yeah, I fucking have to go. I've been bitching at him this whole time about it, and all my friends have been. So it might get moved. We'll see. Like, I don't know. He's like, it's not up to me. It's up to her. He's like, it was either
What?
this or July, and we're like, do it in fucking July. What are you
no
crazy?
shit. Even though July is more expensive, but whatever.
It doesn't.
And it's hot as fuck.
So you got to do. That's why you go to New Orleans in January. You do it in January and you do it on a Friday because it's
Right.
cheaper.
I don't know. It's gonna end up not being as expensive as I thought. So
Yeah, but
I'm
still.
gonna
No,
deal with
New Orleans
it.
is actually no. I love New Orleans. I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's like it's reasonable. I
well,
was-
it's
I
just
was
like
no Hawaii.
Well, it's
It's like a cheaper Vegas to me.
it depends on when you're going. That is a cheap time to go. Like tickets will be around $200, but that could
Not
easily.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras like in
February.
so
Right.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it could easily be like a $500 trip instead of
Yeah.
like a $300 trip.
Yeah, depending on how much you drink.
Which, you know, I don't have a Goldman Sachs fucking credit card, so I'm not rolling in the dough here. It's not easy for me to come up with this money, especially just past Christmas time, especially when I don't have any vacation time at the beginning of the year.
Oh
I'm a
yeah.
little-
Can't you borrow against it?
I probably could.
But
But
the-
now I'm not getting. Now I'm doing unpaid vacation.
Oh.
I'm
Fuck that.
all right.
I say don't go. That's what I say.
Maybe we'll see. I'm probably still gonna go.
But they should let you borrow against your time anyway. Like they should still pay you for it. You just owe them the time.
Yeah, I don't know. I work
my
at
job- I
I
think
work
my
at
job does
I
that.
work at a real small company. They do all sorts of weird favors. and
Oh.
shit
They buy
like
they
that
buy
too,
him
I'm
lunch
sure, but
every day.
That's pretty cool.
yeah, we get lunch every day.
That's
And-
really nice.
That's a nice perk.
That is a nice perk.
Yeah, today was Culver's.
Ooh.
I had a
But you get the
Butterburger.
same. You said you eat the same shit over and over again, right?
Yeah, I get sick of it. Like,
mean, I
like
would-
I fucking hate Chipotle.
Free is free. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
But that's just me.
That's
Free.
why. That's why he eats
that's
it.
why I eat it. But I can still be begrudgingly like
That's
against
true.
it.
You're like, tuh. I had it yesterday.
A corner bakery again? I've eaten everything here already.
Comma. Do you guys get that?
I don't know. No,
Oh, that's a Indian place right there by you.
no, they're not very like they don't-
Accessible.
They
called-
don't.
what's
They
it
don't
called?
explore.
What's it called,
my
Camel?
bosses.
Comma.
I would say it's pretty racist, but okay.
Not camel. Comma. It's an Indian joint. They don't have camels in India. You fool. That is racist.
They don't. They don't.
No.
I've never been. I wouldn't know.
Fuck. Anyway.
Have you been to India?
Hell no, motherfuckers!
Neither have I.
Wake the fuck up.
People think I'm from India all the time.
Like the
I
gas
could see
station
that.
guy.
Yeah.
I could see
Tell
that.
about the gas station. Tell us the gas station story.
Which one?
The one where they told you the secret.
Oh yeah, they told me not to get gas there because they watered down the gas.
Because they thought you were one of them.
Yeah.
And they want to fuck you over.
It was insider information, and I always have this thing where I tend to do where like people like if they like think up something else, they talk to me in another language. I'll play along and like nod and be like, yeah. And then they'll like start talking in English, and they'll be like, yeah, don't go somewhere else for the gas.
Don't buy the gas here.
And I'll be like, fuck, all right, man.
Which gas station is this?
7-Eleven on Ogden.
Holy shit.
This was like 10 years ago, though.
I don't care.
You never go there?
That shit gets passed down to generations. Like I'm pretty sure it's still
Oh,
getting
yeah,
watered
for
down.
sure. You know, you get a lot of insider information.
All
you
right,
know?
7-Eleven on Ogden, stay away. They water down the gas.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy.
Anyway, all right. My gripe. Tony knows this about me. And the reason I'm saying this because this has been happening recently. So there's a new guy at work because every year we get new people. Some new dude at work. Every time he sees me, he's like, "Hey, what's up, boss?"
Oh, like why don't you be like, I'm all right, chief?
No, because I fucking hate that. I hate
Or
when
be like,
people-
or be like, I'm all good, big guy. And every day switch it up. Like,
I do that shit
I
all
fucking
the time.
hate that. I hate when people call me boss. I'm not your fucking boss unless I am your boss. Then it's okay.
What if they're
But
like
in most
boss?
cases,
I'm not chief. I'm not an Indian
Yeah,
chief.
I'm not an Indian chief. I'm not a fucking
Fire chief.
I'm not master chief. I'm not a chef that can be confused as chief. Don't fucking call me chief. Don't call me boss. Don't call me big guy. I'm not Mamba. Don't use those like fucking nicknames like
Oh, I love
Tiger
it.
or
I love it.
Scout or whatever.
I'm
the
a big
fuck
fan-
you
I'm a
use.
big
Or
fan of that
how about Slugger?
No.
I hate Slugger.
No, I fucking hate all of that. Don't fucking call me that. Every time he calls me, he's called me boss like 3 times right now.
So-
every time he calls me, I swear to God, I want to fucking.
So have you
punch
said
him
anything to him?
in his face? I have yet, dude.
Because he's a bitch.
No. Because first of all, he's a new guy.
Doesn't matter.
Second of all,
If anything, that should be more of a reason for you to say something.
second of all, it's at work. I don't want to get fired.
But then again, I forget that you won't even stand up for your wife. Why would
No,
you stand
first
up?
of
Why
all-
would you stand up for yourself?
Is that I
Have you
didn't
heard the
stand
story
up
how you stand up for his
No,
wife?
no, please.
I-
I'm interested.
So Junkyard's at work, right?
Right.
And he's talking to his coworker, and his coworker has met his wife. She knows his wife, and
She hadn't met. No, she hadn't met her.
well, the point is, she knows your wife. She knows of your wife. She knows her. She knows she's an immigrant. So she's just like bashing immigrants, like, oh, fucking immigrants and blah blah blah, and this and
But
that.
she wasn't talking directly about her. She was talking about.
She was just talking about.
She was talking about a different kind of
She
immigrant.
was she was talking about like other kind of not my wife's an
Fucking
immigrant.
Mexicans. Oh,
No,
not,
she
not,
wasn't-
not you.
She wasn't actually talking about. She was talking
I like tacos.
She was
but
talking
I'm just
about-
saying, build a
Yeah.
wall.
Middle
Yeah.
East immigrants.
So anyway, so she's talking shit about immigrants, and then Junker was like, "Man, he's kind of insulted. Like, man, why are you talking about my wife like that?" But he didn't say anything because he's scared of
I
like.
thought I was scared.
So not only that, but like, so when he was telling us the story, his best scenario or his best like outcome of this was like, I wish my friend was there because she would have said something. I'm like, really, Junkyard? Like, during this whole story that your wife is being insulted.
She wasn't
The best you can come up with is like, ooh, you're lucky my friend's not here. Because if my friend was here, she would say something. I'm not gonna say anything, but my friend would say something, and you're lucky she's not here. So that's literally what he said. He's like, she's lucky my friend wasn't there because she would have said something. I'm like, why the fuck didn't you say something?
Damn, Chief, you gotta stick up for her,
I
man.
told him. So if he doesn't stand up for his wife, this new guy is gonna call him Chief every
No,
fucking
boss. He calls
day.
me
He's gonna
boss.
call you boss. He's gonna call you Chief, Slugger, Big Guy, and you're gonna sit there and take it like a little bitch. Because why don't you want to say anything? I don't want to get fired. You're not gonna get fired for you telling a guy like, "Hey, man, I don't like it when you call me that." Do you think they're gonna fire you for that? Do you think they're gonna fire you for that?
No.
So then why don't you say something?
Maybe I will. How about that?
And what are you waiting for?
How about that?
Wait. I'll wait for the next time you call.
Maybe.
So how many times has this happened?
He's only happened 2 or 3 times. At most 3. I don't think it's maybe 2. Because I saw him 2 days ago. This was the second time I saw him. And both times he called me boss.
So how many more times are you gonna let him call you that before you say something? Do you think you're gonna say something the next time?
Yeah.
He already
I don't
thinks
see-
he
I
already
don't-
thinks you're his boss. So I'm pretty sure you can get away. Like you won't
Yeah.
get fired.
Yeah.
He doesn't think I'm his boss. He just calls me boss. I know he doesn't think I'm his boss.
Man, I do that type
He's
of
a-
shit.
he-
I do nicknames all the time.
He's a douchey looking dude
It's
too.
a
He's
cool
got
way to
like,
get friends with somebody. I
he's
say
got like
brother
a
a
sleeve
lot.
and shit. Well, see, brother, I can kind of take.
I'm like, come on,
Brother's
brother.
nothing.
But you know what gets me fucked up on that though is I know a lot of black people,
Yeah.
and then I always feel weird calling them brother because that's not my word to use with them.
Yeah.
But they don't like that either.
See, brother, I can get.
But I
can
say
get
it all
with,
the
but,
time.
Like,
Why don't you like boss? It's a
No.
term of respect.
it's not. It's
So
terrible.
is chief.
No, fuck that. Nope.
It is.
So it's big guy.
It's like, hey, buddy.
And champ. How about champ?
No, I fucking no. Don't call me champ. I'm not a champ.
Hey, bud. What's
I'm
up,
not a
dude?
UFC champ. I'm not a WWE
Bro.
champ.
What about
See,
you?
Bro is cool. Like, I'll take
Bro is
bro.
not cool.
I'll take bro. I'll take dog. I'll take brother. Shit like that.
So
But-
you won't take chief.
No,
So
I don't like
you'll
chief.
take all
So you
the
won't-
you'll take all the hood shit, but you won't take any of the white people
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
So you won't
Correct.
take. So you won't take chief. You won't take boss. You won't take big guy. You won't
Nope.
take slugger.
Nope.
Champ.
Nope.
Uh,
Tiger,
tiger.
scout, or what's it? One of the other. Is a baseball term. Another baseball term. Whatever. No. I don't
Ump.
Huh?
I don't fucking know.
No, I don't know. I know. I don't want to hear any of it.
Hey, big guy. I'd be offended. I would be offended if somebody
There's
was
only
like,
one
hey,
per-
big guy. I'd be like, fuck you.
There's only one guy that I ever let like didn't bother me when he called. He didn't call me big guy. He called me big dog. One of my friends that used to work with me at Best Buy. He used to always be like, "Hey, what's up, big dog?" And when at first when he first started like saying that shit, I was like, it really get on my nerves. But I got to know him, and he was really cool. He's like one of the coolest dudes I ever met. And he's
So if you get to know this guy and he's really cool, and are you gonna start liking chief?
no.
Yeah, what if you're talking to him one
He
day
doesn't
and,
call me- he
like,
doesn't call me
and
Chief,
he's
he
like,
calls-
man, did you see the new Charlie's Angels trailer? Fuck Kristen Stewart. And you're just
You'd
like,
be like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah, boss. He's like, oh, you feel me, slugger? Hell
hell yeah,
yeah,
Chief. Fuck, dude.
fuck that bitch.
You want to go grab some brews? Come on.
Let's get out of here, champ. Let's go get some brews.
Maybe.
So the key is hating Kristen Stewart.
right.
But anyway, so my guy called me big dog, and I grew on me. Now I call him big dog. It's cool.
That's pretty unoriginal of you to just call him
Yeah,
big
that's
dog
kind of
bag.
dumb. Like you should have come
Because he
from,
really
like,
should
was
come up
big.
with your own.
Because I was like, man, if anybody's a big dog, it's you. Because he's way bigger than me. So he
Oh, that's
became the
cute.
big dog. Yeah.
Oh,
I
you're
was
a
more
big
I'm more of a
dog.
little dog.
So
You're
what'd
a
you do
big
after
dog.
you finished sucking each other's dicks?
Sucked each other's dicks. What do you think we did? Anyway, so yeah, don't fucking call me boss. Don't call me chief. Don't call me any of that. Because you're cruising for a bruising.
Oh my god.
Can we call you big dog?
No, you can't call me. Only my friend can call me big dog.
All right, big dog.
Anyway,
You got it, chief.
that's my gripe.
Hell no, motherfuckers! Wake the fuck up.
That was a good one, boss.
Fuck you.
All right, let's get this rolling, Chief.
Too many questions. There's too many questions.
Last thing of the night.
The appropriate question is,
This is where we say goodbye.
Where the hell are they?
Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
My answers frighten you, Vincent, then you should cease asking scary questions.
Dear Tony and Mama, but in this case, Andrew. 3 months ago, I went out on 3 dates with Kevin. Then he sent me a text saying he didn't feel I could offer him the relationship he is looking for, but he wants to remain friends because he has fun with me. I agreed, and we've gotten together many times since and communicate often. I am not physically attracted to him, but I sense he is attracted to me, and it makes me uncomfortable. Since we agreed to be friends, he has invited me over for a movie and cuddle night, put his arm around me, asked to kiss me, and booked a hotel room with only one bed and no sofa.
May I kiss you?
It's like I am his placeholder until he finds a real girlfriend and he wants to spend time with me only out of boredom and loneliness. I don't know how to break things off nicely. Not interested in the West.
All right, what I find very fascinating is that he booked a hotel room with no sofa. All hotel rooms have a sofa.
That's special.
You
That's
have,
special order.
You have to request that shit be taken out.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, "Hey, let me get that room. Is there a sofa? Yes, sir. Can you have it removed, please? And make sure that it's a twin bed." It's like that's it. That commitment.
That is, I mean, he planned it out.
He did, and then he asked, like, "May I kiss you?" Like he asked permission.
You gotta ask for consent nowadays.
That is true.
Otherwise
You
you get
do.
sued.
You do. That you do. So
You need a contract signed and everything. Because nowadays rape can be said after the fact.
So
Regret is now considered rape.
So after he just said, "Let's just be friends." Oh yeah, supposedly you can remove consent or revoke consent after the fact.
After the fact, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's the thing nowadays.
Do tell more.
That's it. There's nothing more to tell.
Okay.
It's like, you fuck, and she's like, you know what? I didn't want to do that. That's rape. And she claimed rape, and you're fucked. And you're a rapist.
and then yeah.
Even though she consented to it
and
at
then you're-
first.
And then you're fucked. No pun intended.
I don't know. Aziz Ansari seemed to get out of it just fine.
But he
And
didn't
now
have
he's got
he didn't have sex with her.
Didn't he?
No, he just.
I thought she
he tried
regretted it afterwards.
She
She regretted
sucking his
going
dick.
there. She might have doned him
Oh,
off a little
right.
bit.
Yeah, but she didn't. She didn't have sex. There was no penetration.
Isn't rape still considered anything?
Yeah, but she didn't claim rape. She just thought he was a douche.
Right.
It was more like he was being a forceful douche more than like rape.
Even though she refused, she didn't leave.
Right. Yeah. Even
Or-
though he said, if you're not comfortable with this, leave.
And she's like,
And
"No, I'm good."
I'll order you an Uber. And she's like, no,
Yeah.
I'll stay.
I mean, I don't know. I think that it kind of has to be that way nowadays with all those laws, just because it's like, not saying that it's right, but like you kind of can't like blame the victim on like.
I'm not saying I'm not saying blame the
case.
victim, but at the same time, it's like, we've all done things with other. Well, I don't know about you, but we've all done. And I'm being totally have done things with other chicks, and like they're like, they never claimed rape, but they were like, so I mean, I'm sure not all girls want to fuck you, like maybe like after the fact.
Yeah,
You know?
I grew very weary of like fucking drunk girls after like.
Yeah, I never got into that.
I was
Yeah.
like, because girls, they get drunk. I'm like, yeah. Last thing I need is you to like wake up in the morning and
be like, what happened?
What happened? And I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Yeah, I don't do that either. But I mean,
I'm good.
I'm sure there have been.
I
Girls
mean, you
like,
can
"Man,"
dome me off. That's cool. That's about it.
Right.
Because like I have a friend that she says every time she's had sex, she's regretted it afterwards. It's like, well,
She probably needs to stop having sex.
Yeah, but I don't think all girls will claim rape after the fact if they.
well,
regret
no,
it,
they won't. But there are
necessarily.
like Lena, like.
But I think that those laws
Lena
exist
Dunham.
for people who like.
Like Lena Dunham, she's a fucking stupid bitch
Well,
that claims.
I think that it's supposed to try to help more than there's always bad eggs, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm not saying it's terrible, but at the same time, I'm not saying it's good either. It's like, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not saying rape is good. You should never rape somebody. You should never be forceful with somebody. But at the same time, it's like,
Why would you
if
say
you're,
rape is good?
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't. That's what I'm saying. I won't.
It should be unsaid.
Yeah, like
honestly.
I don't understand why you have to point that out. Like,
Well, I'm just no. You never know because listeners take
okay, so
they
so-
might think that you're pro
Dude,
rape.
when a girl consents, they can take it away after the fact. So that's why I got to point out. Everything's got to be straightforward nowadays. I got to write in a contract that I don't think rape is good, and sign it.
It's
Otherwise,
true.
you never know.
You can't be like CeeLo Green.
Exactly. If she's asleep, it's not considered.
I don't know,
rape.
man. You're a millennial. I think it should just be like unsaid. That's like, oh, you're anti-rape. Like you should
Yeah.
just like that whole age group and like beyond
Yeah,
should be pretty much over that.
but like I said, it's
It's the boomers and all the ass grabbers you got to worry about.
it's a slippery slope, is what I'm saying. Like saying having that consent revoked after the fact, after she said it was cool to begin with. I don't know.
So you know what you do? Like if that were to happen to me, like if I was with a girl and she spent the night or whatever, and then the next morning she's like, you know what? I didn't want to do that. I revoked my consent.
And she said you raped me.
You know what I do? I revoke my consent. And it's now a double rape.
Yeah, except nobody will believe you.
Well, and the law has to
Nope.
acknowledge
Sure,
it.
nope.
They have to
Certainly
acknowledge
don't.
it. They have to. No
If he gets
choice.
a good enough lawyer.
Yep. Exactly. I'm a lawyer the fuck up.
Anyway, what should she do with this dude?
Oh, I forgot we had a question.
Stop
yeah,
being friends with them.
he's clearly using you. The fact that he said let's be friends, and then he's like, come over for a movie and cuddle night.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be friends.
Yeah, no. He wants the milk for free,
Yeah.
and you're giving it to him. So unless you're okay with that arrangement, it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Also,
to me.
I'm impressed at his tenacity to get you in a hotel room with no sofa.
But
That's,
she, I mean, clearly she worked because
It takes a lot of gall.
Yeah.
I would say.
yeah.
But it worked because she was there. She saw that there was no sofa.
Like the thing is, like the thing is, if you go to a hotel room and you see one bed, that should be a clue enough as
So-
to what's going to happen.
So I see she wrote he's invited her over for
Movie
and cuddle
movie and cuddle
night,
night.
which is in quotes, which means I mean
She said to
It's
him,
movie and fuck night.
well no I mean like he asked her and said, "Do you want to come over for a movie and cuddle night?" and like said that to her, and she goes on to have agreed with that, right? I mean, she shouldn't have done that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She's clearly being used, and unless she's okay with the arrangement,
Well, it's
then
just like,
he needs to. I
I
mean,
don't know,
if you're okay
kinda-
with it,
kind of naive. That's a move, right?
she knows what's going on.
Right.
She just doesn't want to believe it.
so she
This
either
could
she.
be us, but we play.
So she has two choices:
So we
either
are
keep
here-
going on with it or tell
We are
him.
here to tell the hard truth.
No, tell him to fuck off.
Yeah, fuck Kevin. Fucking twat.
Oh, his name's Kevin.
Well, she put Kevin in
He's
quotations.
such a disease.
I don't think that's his real name, but whatever. I'm sure
I
he's.
forgot
I'm
he
sure,
doesn't.
I'm
get,
sure
he
he's
doesn't
a,
get anything.
I'm
But
sure.
You know
he's
what
a-
they-
he's
you know
a
what they-
fucking twat
What they
anyway.
call guys like Kevin?
less incompetent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's you guys are onto something. I say let it go or let him go. That's okay. Just tell him straight out, right? Just be like,
Oh
fuck
yeah.
you.
Also, to all advice, just be
Or
honest.
Or
all the
next
time.
next time he invites you to a hotel and there's one bed and no sofa, you'd be like, oh, so you're sleeping on the floor, huh? That's cool. And then make him sleep on the floor.
Excuse me.
Nostrovia.
I bet you there'll be a couch next time
Or twin or double bed.
or double bed.
Anyway, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/NKOTP1. Follow
Oh,
us
hold on, I
on.
gotta do my shout outs.
What the? You already
More?
did. You did a shit ton of shout outs. You
fucking
shouted
tell me
out
what to do with my
You
show.
shouted out Kay. You shouted out
Hold
Daryl.
on.
You shouted
Jose.
out Jose. You shouted
right.
out Kalua.
So
Nala, Simba.
shout out to
The Rock.
Viator, Viator.com. That's where we booked all the tours from. So Viator.com.
This we're not getting paid
shout,
for this.
shout out to the Na Pali Coast Snorkel and Rafting Adventure.
Oh my god.
That's where we had our boy Evan and his. I forgot his first mate, the other guy that was there. I forgot his name, so I apologize for that. But Evan was cool
Gilligan?
as fuck. No, it wasn't. I would definitely would remember that. Shout out to Maui Luxury Full Circle Road to Hana. That was our boy K. Shout out.
Jesus
If you ever do that
Christ.
road to Hana, ask for K. You will not be disappointed. And shout out to the Paddle, Snorkel, and Learn to Surf. And
The least you could have done while
Shout
you
out
were
to
there
Greg.
is tell everybody about our
And-
podcast. We're giving away free
so
advertising.
Greg was our kayak and snorkel instructor, and Alex was our surf instructor. Cool guy, like super buff. Like we were talking about workout routines, because he asked me like, "Hey, bro, you work out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I work out too." Man. So we started exchanging tips. So he's a cool guy, Yeah, I like him.
Yo, bro, you work out? Yeah, I work out.
Oh.
Bro, you use creatine, bro? Yeah, I use creatine, bro. Shit, do you juice, bro? Psh, bro.
Bro, clearly I juice. Anyway, I don't expect you mainlanders to understand.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Are you done with your fucking shout outs?
So shout out to
Oh my god.
all those. So if you ever go to Hawaii, that's where you should book your tours. You will not be disappointed. We did not have one bad tour. Shout out to my friend Deanna, who actually booked all these for us. She did all the itinerary stuff. She just like, say, tomorrow wake up at this time, we're gonna do this.
Do you have all these shout outs written down?
Yeah. Yeah, I come prepared. This is how you have a successful podcast.
This guy. Anyway, you done with your shout outs?
If I think of more, I'll let you know. So to keep going.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, thanks for the free advertising.
Oh, shout out to
Jeez.
shout out to the young gunner, who is Deanna's younger brother. The first night we went out, he was the youngest out of the group. I think he just turned 21. So we went to the bar, and I was there drinking with Chris, and we're just pounding. We're putting away them. They didn't have White Claws at this bar, but they had Bon and Viv, which is the same thing, just different brand. So we're pounding them, putting them away, and we noticed that the young gunner's kind of slowing down a little bit. So we're like, hey man, are you done, or what? He's like, nah man, you don't want this smoke. So I guess he called us out. So we had to we started getting car bombs, started putting him in his place, but he pulled through.
He hung like a champ.
He hung like a champ, and I'm a borderline alcoholic. And then the following night, me and him pulled like an all nighter. Like we just drink throughout the whole night till 6 a.m, and yeah. And after that, He never refused a drink. So, shout out to the young gunner
All right.
for keeping up. I might think of more as we go.
Anyway, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/NKOTP. Follow us on Twitter at New Kids on the Pod. See us on Instagram, also New Kids on the Pod. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Spotify. Fuck, everywhere.
We're like MasterCard, a Goldman Sachs MasterCard. We're everywhere you want to be. Unless you're an Android user, then you can fuck off.
Shoot us an email like the one that just talked about her boyfriend, whatever. NewKidsInThePod at gmail.com or leave us a voicemail 774-40-NKOTP.
And if you have an iPhone, the Apple Card's waiting for you.
No,
if
it's
you have
not.
an Android, sorry. Good luck with your
And
fucking that garbage ass credit card.
I don't know.
Fucking Credit One Bank or some shit. Yeah, good luck with that card.
And a special thank you, shout out to Andrew.
Oh yeah, to our special guest.
Hey,
Yeah, taking over from
Hi.
Mamba.
I hope I filled his shoes.
They
I
are big shoes to fill.
Literally, right? Blah, blah,
They're
blah,
big
yeah.
shoes to fill.
How's that indentation?
I lobbed that one to you guys.
Yeah, that was a get alley oop. See, he fits in. Like he knows how to set us up.
Yeah.
How's the indentation in the couch? He
Steep.
sits there, yeah, right.
Deep.
You sinking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm like abnormally sweaty here too. It's weird. I usually don't sweat.
That's not your sweat. That's Mamba's sweat. For the next time you sit there, it like penetrates.
Sorry, Mamba.
Oh, man.
I'm sure we've met.
It like permeated the couch.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. We will
Momba.
check you out next week. Mamba will be back next week. Are you gonna be next week?
I'll think about it.
We'll hopefully check you out next week. I think Mamba will be back next week, but the three of us will be back.
Yeah, I'll be here next week.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Again, you second.
I missed
second-
the comedy show for this, so
What
you're
comedy show?
welcome. There's a comedy show over yonder. I was gonna go to it,
Oh, it's fine.
and then I made
Bro,
plans. And then I
why
made
would you go?
plans.
Why would you go to a comedy show when there's comedy gold happening right
Oh,
here,
yeah, you're right.
like for free?
Uh huh.
Anyway,
It's like, why would you go to KFC when you can just catch a wild chicken?
Word.
second time on this podcast.
That's true.
So-
Yeah.
Is it the second time?
Yeah.
Well, second time live.
Oh right.
You were here.
I've been
You're
on
on
here.
here.
I've been on here before.
Yeah, before
Yeah,
I
you
think
filled
two
in-
other times
you
over the
You might
phone.
have phoned in, but you were here the last time, and that episode did get good reviews. So
Yeah, yes it did.
good job.
All right.
Welcome.
Junkyard, your shit as always.
Yeah, whatever, fuck boy. Anyway, in a world full of fuck boys, don't be Tony.
In the world full of Apple credit cards, sorry, Android users.
All right, guys. Again, check you next week. Kissies on your dickie.